Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, no warning. No, you don't get any warning.
Okay.
You think after all that chaos you're causing, I'm gonna warn you?
Whoa.
I don't think so. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sorry,
Yeah, we're
just,
fighting.
yeah, we're just fighting.
This is what Ezra did last week. You know, I'm fighting now.
Oh, that's true.
It's on site.
Oh,
It's
no.
on site. We had an 8 and we have a 5 from Win. Win, thank you so much. You're doing fantastically. Amazing, everyone. Thank
Yeah,
you.
look at that percentage, though. That's a
Look at
really
that
hot
percentage.
number.
Ooh.
Whoa.
You ever seen a number so attractive in your life?
I mean, 69 is pretty good, but
Oh, that's true. Can we get to 69.6? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get there?
oh my goodness. It would be such a shame if like all of this, like all of the like profit from subs and stuff just went straight to trans grassroots charities. That would be wild. That would like
That'd be so wild.
that would be so wacky. Yeah, I'm sorry everyone, I don't have any cam today because of problemos, but I will have a cam next week, I promise you. Everyone can attest that I'm currently an Eldritchian horror behind the portrait. So I simply just, you know.
Well, consider me attracted to an Eldritchian horror then.
Tell me something you do know. Dude, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thank you everybody who has been gifting subs. Oh my golly goodness, y'all are way too kind. Yeah, we were just giggling it up behind the scenes, just trying to outdo each other. So love this cast, amazing energy. But thank you so much, everyone. I hope you're doing really well. We also reached our charity goal again. So I've now made it a meme number, and so also Ed, what did that mean when we reached our charity goal? There's something that meant, and I just can't think of what it was.
I don't know. I'll have to look through my file of future season ideas because I
That's
think it's
great.
somewhere there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in there. I think it was something like there was like. It was probably only one season you've thought of, though, right? There was no way you would have thought of more than that. There's no way.
I mean, there were 7 books, but that seems unreasonable.
That just seems unreasonable. There's no
That's
way that we
unreasonable.
would continue to like smash goals or anything.
We wouldn't want to
there's
see
no way.
these characters go through the entirety of Hogwarts. That
No,
would be-
who would you? Oh my god, I
Oh,
certainly
no.
would not. Haha, I hope that does
Never.
not happen. Reverse manifest. But hi everybody, I hope you're doing amazingly. Yeah, I'm so sorry that I have no camera today. I hope that you know that when the annoying Australian voice comes through, it is Dot. So yeah, but everyone else is here looking lovely. We have Bunny, everything's great. And I personally am very excited for a wonderful day of nothing going wrong and everything being fine. But before we start, just a heads up that if you want to donate to the charity, that's fantastic. You can, every £5 you donate is £5 towards your Hogwarts house. However, Slytherin is capped for the day and Ravenclaw only has 10 left because Sam donated and got us an NPC. What was the name? Oh my goodness. Tiberius? Never heard of them.
Beautiful.
Don't know who that could be.
Longwood.
So yeah, we
I
do
don't like
have an NPC called Tiberius that will be joining the cast next week. So yeah, so just a heads up on that one. But I'm gonna have us all go around and introduce our lovely selves. So let's start. Let's go reverse. Let's go Siam, aka Seven. How you doing? Your sub icon. Could you please introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about your character and all that fun stuff?
Professional auctioneer. I'm Sam. I'm a variety caster here on Twitch, and I am playing Sissel Anya. She's, I don't know what's going on with her life right now.
There's
Actually,
stress. There's
she's
lot
a
of
mess.
stress.
You just want to buckle in for what's going on in her mind. But yeah, you can find me over at twitch.tv/Siam. That's how you pronounce it and say it. And yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yay!
7.
And Ed, our lovely GM. Who are you? What do you even do, guy? Huh? What's that about?
I'm Ed. I'm an
Hi.
actor, which means generally I'm very unemployed and unemployable.
Okay.
And my main let's start real. And for this, I'm doing my darndest to try and do passable impressions of all of your favorite characters from Harry Potter.
They're so good. Don't start. They're incredible. Don't.
But yeah, that's me. Also, on a personal note, because I honest to God, like these Saturdays are the highlight of my week, and the fact that you've enabled us to do more of this warms my heart. I love you all so much. So thank you very much.
Okay, that's too sweet, and I'm emotional. Anyway, okay, Mika, aka the
Hi.
lovely Magnus. Well, you good? You good, honey?
Yeah. Having a day.
That's
Hi,
fair.
everyone. I'm Mika. I play Magnus, your lovable little Slytherin grumpy boy. I also am part of the Ed's Impressions Are Literally Perfect fan club.
Same.
So,
We have badges if you would all like to join.
don't let him pass them off as just passable, because they're incredible.
We should make merch and it's like a little badge and it's just like Ed's
Yeah.
Impressions fan club. I would buy it in a second.
Drum up some fan art for it. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I want fan art of Ed in like McGonagall's outfit and then in like Hagrid's outfit, and he's on like stilts and everything. That's how I imagine it. And Bella, would you like to introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about your character?
My name is Bella. I'm Yellow Spoon Girl on a lot of things, everything. I like to stream, just talking and stuff. And I play V, Violet, and she is a nice little weird lady. And she's cool.
We love her.
Awesome. I love her.
We love our little neurodivergent little pal. She's the bestest.
Yeah.
And D-Tune.
Hi, I'm D-Tune. D-Tune on Twitch, D-Tune everywhere else. I do a lot of indie horror games. I'm currently playing my first playthrough of Undertale.
Oh my god, I have to come watch you.
It's incredible so far. So that's really fun. I play Ezra Trill. I'm a little bean trying my best. Unfamiliar with a lot of magic things, and I just want my friends to be cozy and not be running around with knives.
All right, you ask a little bit too much there, buddy. I'm sorry. We gotta stay realistic. We really do. And I, in all my static glory, are Holly, aka Bro Witchery. I do a lot of story-based things on my channel. I'm currently playing Nier Automata, which I say in a very Australian way, where when I picked up the phone to Hannah, I was like, yeah, I'm playing Nier Automata. And she was like, Automata, what is that? And I just got mocked mercilessly. So if you'd like to not mock me for my pronunciation of things coming to some weirdness in Australian, I'm Bro Witchery on everything. And I'm also doing, and I'm going to shill this next week as well, I'm doing a performance of Shrek 2 with my friends for St. Jude on May 15th at 9 p.m. BST. So you should come by for that because it's going to be pretty funny. That's how you know it'll be funny, because I'm telling you that it will be. But yeah, and I play Dot.
I ate a quesadilla for that.
You did, yeah, she did. You, like, Sam has a scene where she has to eat a
disgusting.
quesadilla, and you were like, I have to do this right in one take, because otherwise the continuity will be off. And I was like, word. And Sam is in that as well, and so are some other lovely humans that are here. But yeah, and I play Dot, who is your canon ADHD Australian, who is never dressed for the weather appropriately, and isn't very good at magic, but she's very good at physical stuff, like Quidditch, she thinks. She's a bit presumptive. And also netball. So, yeah. And I'm very excited to jump into another session. I don't think I have any pre-session stuff we have to cover. If you support the Patreon, you will know what the May campaign is going to be, other than our one. There's a D&D campaign that's getting announced pretty soon, I'm sure, that Hannah is organizing with some amazing people. And if you are in the Patreon, you will know all about that. So thank you so much for supporting the Patreon. You enable us to do fun stuff. Like, personally, I'm buying a third monitor because it's really hard running campaigns with 2 monitors. So thank you so much for all the support, everybody. You're wonderful. So yeah, with all that out of the way, let's jump in and let's have a very nice time where nothing goes wrong, okay? Ed?
Well, before we do, as ever, a huge shout out to Chris Ianiti for the incredible system that we're using and still coming to terms with in some cases, i.e. me. You can find him at WackSteven on Twitter. And as ever, a huge thank you to Felician Studios for all of the music that you'll be hearing this episode. So sit back. It's so good to have you all back. And join us as we write the very in-canon continuation of Hogwarts and the wonderful world of Harry Potter. In our 4th episode of The Fifth House, in Chapter 5, Required Reading. Previously, in The Fifth House, having discovered a hidden room behind the golden statue of Daedalus Dowerfellow, the architect of Hogwarts, the group of 5 students found themselves confronted by Peeves. As one of the few unpopulated areas of the school, he considered it his room, and they were trespassing. Retrieving Ezra's phone from the thieving poltergeist, they set about looking at the bookshelves surrounding the room and realized that it was full of personal journals. Journals that had once belonged to the founders of Hogwarts. written hundreds of years ago. But within the pages, the students found a strange commonality. Parts of its text were simply missing, vanished. Questioning Peeves, his usual demeanour began to soften as he revealed that parts of his memories were gone. Little more than mist in his mind. He remembered that the tower used to belong to the founders, where they came to write down their thoughts, but after that, he remembered only an individual entering the tower and taking his memories. And he remembered the echoes of screams. And with the promise of supplying Peeves a replacement phone, the group left through the statue once more, and avoiding the lamplight of the caretaker Filch and his cat, Mrs. Norris, returned to their respective common rooms. Once back in the dungeons, Magnus, having taken one of Slytherin's journals, decided to cast a spell far beyond his school year. Revelio. And to his surprise, it worked. And before his eyes, the missing pieces of writing returned to the pages, and with it, a name. The name of the fifth founder of Hogwarts, Daedalus Dowerfell. But more than this, he read of the close friendship between the five founders, how they came together at the birth of Helena Ravenclaw, and also reading about the entrance to the fifth house. A simple room. A room that could be conjured out of thin air simply by imagining it into being. And as the weeks drew on and the Slytherin students were assigned new dorms in the other houses, after 2 students accidentally caused the Black Lake to flood the dungeons, and the nights became longer, these 5 friends each made themselves at home in the castle. Dot and Magnus snuck into the school kitchens, meeting Creature and the other elves. Violet tried to make new friends, assisted by her new dormmate, Danny. And Ezra did their best to understand the strangeness of this new world, and Sissel tried her hand at potions in her spare time. But in addition to all this, speaking of the discoveries they had made regarding the Founder's Tower and the Journal of Salazar Slytherin, Sissel recalled a room her brother had once described to her. The Room of Requirement. Calling Shannon over, he agreed to meet them the next day on the 7th floor and demonstrate how the room works. Additionally, noting their interest in Quidditch, particularly Dot's, he offered to teach them the basics outside of their flying lessons over the coming weeks. And after a day of lessons, along with Dot swiping a sprig of mugwort from their herbology class, and volunteering to accompany Professor Longbottom to the Forbidden Forest that evening, in a hunt for bubo tubers, the 5 of them, including a Hufflepuff student, Amar Vasvani, headed out towards Hagrid's hut. But as they spread out to begin their task, they saw something in the forest. A silvery figure. One that looked very familiar to all of them. A perfect reflection of Sissel. And as though in a trance, the real Sissel started to delve deeper into the forest. Desperately trying to bring her back through the use of spells, and with Dot accidentally paralyzing their arm in the process, they were able to stop their friend from following the figure as it disappeared into the forest. And as Sissel came to, they were all brought towards Hagrid's hut as the moon continued to rise. And as you enter Hagrid's hut, the inside is surprisingly cramped for such a large individual, comprised of a single room. Hams, pheasants, and various wooden cages hang from the ceiling, while a very tall, round wooden table sits in the centre of the hut, with a number of large chairs around it. And on the other side of the room, you see a large bed with a patchwork quilt. And as you file in, with Sissel, yourself accompanied by Professor Longbottom, and you, Dot, helped by Hagrid, he gestures towards the table. "All right, everyone, come in out the cold. Sit yourselves down. I've got a little something brewing over the fire here." And he moves over to a small copper kettle that is hanging above the fireplace. And as he brings it over and opens up the lid, you smell in the air warm chocolate as he starts to bring out various tin cups and pouring the kettle's contents into them. You see very, very warm, very chocolatey, albeit very lumpy, hot chocolate as he brings them around. How's your arm doing?
It's all right. It just feels really stiff, and when I stretch it, it doesn't make it feel any better. So I don't know how to fix it. And I was trying to cast a spell, and I got it wrong because yeah. Do you think it's like a magic hurt, or is it just like I held my wand wrong?
Well, Professor Longbottom, and Professor Longbottom steps forward and just kneels next to you, Dot, and just says, "May I have a look?"
Yeah, okay. And I like hold my arm out to him.
Petrificus totalis.
Yeah, I thought that it would like stop her, but I don't know if it's like what year spell is that?
Well, truth be told, I'm not sure, but funnily enough, I had some experience with this spell in my first year as well. Here, let me. And he brings out his wand and just waving it gently over your arm, just moves it up and down the entire length, and you feel the seizing up of your joints slowly begin to relax. There is the ghost of the stiffness there, but you're able to move your fingers again. And he goes, "All right, you want to try moving your elbow around for me?"
All right. And I move it around.
All right, there we go. Tell you what, on our way back to the castle, we'll go by the hospital wing, see if Madam Abbott can't give you something to make you sleep a little easier tonight. All right?
All right. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't do I lose points because I got the spell wrong or anything?
Hey, no.
No. Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I was just trying to like stop her from.
I know.
Okay.
I know. And he turns to look at the rest of you. How are all of you? And what did you see?
So I at first I saw this, like, it was like a shimmery, it looked like a shimmery figure, and I wasn't sure what it was, and so I brought our friends over, and then it looked like it was Sissy, but Sissy was here with us, and I don't know what happened, and then I did a magic, and I froze Sissy's legs, and I don't want Sissy to be mad at me, but I was trying to help.
Right. And he turns to Hagrid, and Hagrid sits down on his bed on the other side of the room and just shakes his head, unsure as to what to say. Right. Cecil, have you ever seen anything like that before?
We can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
We can hear you now. Sorry, I couldn't hear you for the first bit. Sorry.
Is it my mic before we progress?
Maybe? I don't know.
Oh,
I think, yeah. And maybe it's just like
Is this better?
That's better. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I was just like, we can't hear my love.
It's either Sissel or Sam. One of them's having problems. Anyway. No, I'd never seen anything like that. What did I see? Because I just remember my legs getting stuck together thanks to Ezra.
And Amar, from the other side of the table, sort of bringing his tin cup down, goes, I mean, it's like Ezra said. It looked like you.
But why? Do y'all not know if that's a thing in this? It's magic, right? Like a mirage. It could have just been fake.
A better question, Sissy, is why you were trying to walk after it.
I don't know. I guess my brain just wanted to go to it. I felt pulled, and I don't remember much as to the thought process except for just going.
Should we go back? We could all go run over that.
No,
Maybe we could find Sissy's twin sister, and I could bring my knife and maybe some of those chocolate frogs. So maybe if they're nice, I use the knife, and if they're mean, I use the frog, or backwards. If they're mean, I stab.
Right. I think we've probably had enough excitement for one night. Professor Hagrid and myself will probably.
But there's a kid in the forest, and it just looks like we should go get her.
Forest. There's a lot of dangerous things in there. I wouldn't go running in willy-nilly now.
Just trees.
There's a lot more than trees in there.
And plants, and the spiders that we can ride.
I can say from personal experience, probably wise not to do that.
Okay, yeah, let's just leave children in the forest. That's normal for school, yup. I'm gonna tell my mom about you.
What did I do?
And Professor Longbottom looks over to Hagrid and, no, it's fine. And as he says this, you hear a strange clinking sound under the table. It's very, very subtle, but every so often there's just a ding, 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 ding.
I look.
Bringing your head under the table, and bearing in mind you really had to jump onto these seats. They are very much made for
short.
Hagrid.
Get it? I'm short.
But as you bend down, your ponytail just hanging down beside you, you see a small creature underneath. Very, very small. Probably could fit in both your hands. A small black furry creature. It is perhaps no larger than a rodent, and you see as it turns round to look at you, it has a small pink bill, almost like that of a platypus, and bright brown eyes. And as it looks around at you, you see that it is currently stuffing little gold coins into a small pocket in its front. And down its back, you see that it has 3 very faded yet very distinct pink scars. And it just looks at you and drops another coin in. And you see that it is currently taking galleons from Magnus's pockets.
Oh! I'm gonna just sort of reach my hands out very delicately to it, as in a friendly way to try and pat it.
Sort of comes across and looking around you, you see that it sort of seems to almost burrow in your palm to see if there's anything there, and then looking up and just sort of wanders over. And as you do this, you see the rest of you, Hagrid, lean down to the floor.
Oi, Bill! You're stealing again? Sorry about that. Bill, no! Give back!
And just slowly empties out this pocket. And you see that a couple of other things fall out, a couple of particularly shiny nails. But Magnus, as you look down, you see a number of galleons, around 5 in total, just lying on the ground. And Bill, the niffler, looks round and just scutters back underneath Dot's chair.
Are those mine? I'm gonna pat my pockets.
I
don't even feel that little thing.
Are you missing 5 galleons? Because then they probably are yours, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I still have a lot in my pockets, but I think those might be mine.
Well, I mean, if they're yours, you can just take them. This
Or you can give
this
all of
one's
us
mine.
one.
No, I'm gonna take a galleon out of my pocket. One of my 8 that I have. Then I'm gonna take one of my galleons and I'm gonna just delicately hold it out to Bill.
Sort of looks at it for a moment and then looks towards Hagrid, who has moved over towards the fireplace once more and is putting the kettle back on, and sort of furtively looking between, just reaches up and grabs it and just shoves it in its pocket and then just sits there, sort of twiddling its little pink fingers. And Hagrid turns around and,
All right, come on, Bill, let's...
and reaches down and picks him up and,
Sorry about that. Right,
No, it's all right.
and Professor Longbottom turns to all of you and goes, right, I think probably back to the castle is probably for the best. Unless there's anything else that anyone saw that you feel might be pertinent.
Dot just stays very quiet and just looks between Bill and Magnus.
Oh.
Wait, saw for what? We saw the room with the books, and they took some.
No,
and then-
no,
No,
no.
I didn't take any.
the-
But there was these.
In the forest, we
The,
didn't see anything else in the forest.
In
There
the
was no
forest
so-
we didn't. But
yeah.
there was that
No,
other
that was just
day.
in the forest.
No.
We didn't see anything. So
You turn,
Yeah,
you
we
see
did.
that.
You guys, the books are the colors.
we went to the library with V. I'm gonna say to Hagrid.
It's a weird library.
Yeah, it's a weird library that you have at Hogwarts, but we got used to it
Yeah.
eventually. Yeah.
Roll
Yeah,
out.
they
roll to
took the
convince,
books.
Dot.
Oh my god. Okay. That's hot. Okay. I have nothing forward or anything. All right. Yeah. Fine. Let's go. Let's party. 8.
Looks at you and just seems to nod, but there is definitely some trepidation behind his eyes, and they go, all right. Okay. Right, well, it's already dark, and you should probably all be in your common rooms by now. So, let's all walk back, and Dot, you come with me to the hospital wing. We'll get you.
Oh, okay. My eyes sort of filled with fear because I thought I was in trouble for the niffler thing or the lying, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, to the hospital. Yep.
Right, Hagrid, we'll see each other soon.
Yep, Saturday morning tea.
Yes. Right, I'll see you soon. Right, come on, kids. And with that, Professor Longbottom moves to the door and just opens it for you. And Amar jumps off his seat and walks towards it and turns around to Hagrid. Bye, Professor Hagrid.
All right, bye. Well, there you go now, all of you.
Did you get all of your coins, Magnus? Did you get all?
So, I didn't know that he was gonna have a little thieving little niffler in his shack like that. He just lets it run around.
I mean, yeah, I suppose that maybe he just keeps his galleons in like a wallet or something secure instead of just in his pockets. So,
Well, you don't think you're gonna get stolen from it at Hogwarts? I don't see why I'd have to lock my valuables away.
I don't know. I just think about it like normal school. So I didn't, at normal school, people take my stuff and like throw it around and stuff. So I just like keep everything pretty secure. But maybe you didn't have that at like the wizard preschool or whatever it was that you went to. So
Right, is everything okay, Dot?
yeah, I mean, the Mr. Longbottom fixed my arm pretty well, so it feels a lot better. But I'm worried about Sissy. But other than that, yeah, everything's fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, you just seem a little, less talkative than normal. That's all.
I'm guessing you mean that in like a good way. So thanks, because I thought you'd like that. So. And then Dot's gonna like really awkwardly like walk a lot faster than Magnus, but trying to make it look natural, but it's very not natural.
Are there any conversations or anything you want to do as you walk back either to Hogwarts or once you arrive?
Yeah, I
Um,
want to walk next to Ezra.
Oh no, I knew it was coming. I'm so scared.
Still, we can see me out.
Oh,
Okay, it's okay. So I tap on his shoulder. Hey,
hi, Sissy.
I'm not mad. I'm just confused. And I thank you for doing what you did, because we don't know what would have happened otherwise.
Did it hurt at all? I really hope it didn't hurt.
It didn't. It just felt very strange not being able to move my legs one after the other.
I'm
I
so
rattled my brain a bit there, hopping around.
I'm so sorry. Like, we didn't know what to do, and we couldn't get to the teachers fast enough. And then Dot tried, but then Dot got hurt, and then V had a knife, and I was panicking, and I wanted to help my friend. I didn't want the ghost to get you. I don't know what it
It's
was,
okay.
but
It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I promise. If anything you did, something very heroic today, and I'm grateful for you. So thank you. Sorry for scaring you at all.
sorry for making you feel uncomfortable and maybe smirking a bit while you were hopping because
It is kind
funny.
of funny now looking at
It's
it.
really funny.
Hey, stop.
I'm like behind them, like walking, just like.
We're just giggling now.
I will I promise if I ever do a magic again, I will only do it if we really need it. And
Can you do spells on me? And make my legs. Can you make Bunny become part of my body?
we'll
Yeah.
ask
We will be one.
we'll ask Magnus about that because Magnus knows all magic I have in my notebook, and I'm just like trying to
Does
pawn
he?
it off. Just like,
Ezra, you're very good at magic. You do all these spells. You're always saying that you don't know a lot of stuff. I have more magical parents than you, and you know all these. You put legs together. I don't even care.
did
I
put
just
legs
wanted to
together.
run around.
thank you, friends. I'm just trying, and I want you to feel safe, Sissy. And if you ever need to talk to us about the things that are happening or what we saw or anything that you may have dreamed of, we're all here, and we'll try our best.
Oh, thank you, friends. That's very kind.
If your twin sister is mean, I'll go with what I got
And I would
in
like
the forest.
I'm like pushing the knife deeper into my pockets. He doesn't see it. Just like
Ezra's
gotta
holding
go.
my knife for me, and they said they'd give it to me whenever I want.
I like lean into Ezra's ear and I'm like, please don't do that.
Oh God, I will never do that.
Please don't.
Whenever I want. Whenever I want.
Coming back to the doors of Hogwarts and stepping once more into its courtyard, Professor Longbottom turns round to the rest of you and just says, "Right, everyone, get to your common rooms in good time. If you do come across Filch, tell them that Professor Longbottom said you could be out after hours, and all of you, not only for helping me out, but also for being very brave. You will get 20 house points. Now, Dot,
Oh,
if you follow me, and you can join, unless Magnus, you'd like to come with us, and then both of you can walk to Hufflepuff together.
Dot like sort of like shrugs like, oh, mind. Whatever.
Yeah, Professor, I'll come with you so I can make sure Dot gets back safely.
Okay. Right, well, the rest of you, have a lovely night. And,
Mr. Longbottom,
yes,
is there anything that Filch likes that like we could befriend him with or anything other than the cat? Because I'm just thinking that because everybody has a soft spot, so I thought if we're gonna be coming across him a lot, does he like anything or anyone?
I will tell you a secret.
Okay.
That, not many people know, but one of the things I've noticed, you might have seen he's quite partial to confiscating different items.
Right.
I've always noticed that whenever he confiscates Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, whenever I go into his office, which admittedly isn't much, the brown ones are always missing.
Brown ones. Okay. Brown Bertie Bott's. That's probably like chocolate flavor or something, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
Right, this way. And he walks off, leading the both of you up until you get to the first floor. And as you continue walking through and you see the portraits all around you, moving tapestries and other accoutrements that are scattered around the castle, it is quiet. Very, very quiet. You've never been out this late. But eventually you come to a large stone room with wide arching windows, and hospital beds line each side, a few of them with dividers up between them, and off in one corner you see a small door with flickering orange light coming from out of it. And Professor Longbottom turns back to you both. Right, I'll just get Madam Abbott, and you two just wait here. And he walks down the length of the hall, leaving the two of you alone in between the hospital beds.
Magnus is gonna cross his arms and sit on one of the beds and then just look at Dot.
Dot is going to look everywhere except Magnus. This is fascinating. Just looking at the brickwork is amazing. It's so cool.
You see, it's a fairly sparse room. There are beds, a couple of bedpans underneath. It takes a lot to try and find a distraction in this room. But
I'm doing it.
As you see Professor Longbottom walk over to the door, he just gives a tentative, "Hi, Hannah." "Hi, sweetheart." No, actually, I have a student with me." "Oh, right." And you see a woman come from out of the matron's office. A fairly pink-faced woman with blonde hair tied up in a tight bun. And she wears a white pinny over a red robe. And she comes, "Right, Professor Longbottom. Who is my patient tonight?"
Me, I'm Doc Campbell. I'm from Slytherin. This is Magnus Lennox. He's from Slytherin as well.
"I know your brother.
This is Magnus though, so he's different.
Yes. What is the problem?" And Professor Longbottom just says, "Petrificus Totax? It's the first. Right. Wonderful. I'll just grab something for you." And she heads off into the matron's office, and you hear a couple of clinking sounds until eventually she comes out with a small glass vial which seems to have a goldy liquid inside of it, and she goes, "Right, this is some draft. So this is your first proper brush with magic, I imagine, so this will help calm your nerves before bed. Also, I can't help but notice the plasters on your knees, so here." And she just pulls out a small box of plasters. "I imagine you get through them quite a lot."
Oh, yeah, I do. Are these plain plasters, or do they have things on them? Like
They are
patterns?
plain, but
Oh.
I have some.
Do you have any-
with-
Like, is there like Slytherin ones maybe, or like
I have some house
cartoon?
colours.
Yeah, could I have green ones?
Yeah. And
Okay.
she takes the box and brings back another and says, "There you go.
Thank
Plenty
you.
in there."
Thanks. I'm gonna take them and I cuddle them very close to me.
Right. Well, if that's everything. And Professor Longbottom turns to her and, yes, that's everything. Thank you very much.
Am I allowed to stay here a little longer? Because I just, and Dot's trying to pretend that Magnus isn't there because she's very embarrassed. I just get, because I had a really big day and I just get, sometimes I just have to like space out a little bit in like a quiet room. So could I be here? Because the common room has lots of people in it, so.
Well, as you can see, it is very quiet here. You are my first patient. So, yes, stay as long as you need.
Okay, thank you. I don't mind that you're here. I say that to Magnus.
And would either of you like some tea or anything like that at all?
Actually, love some tea. That'd be great.
Wonderful.
What kind of tea are you having?
I was just going to have English breakfast, but if you'd like something a little more fancy, it's just...
No, I'll have whatever Magnus is having. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have any anything with lavender?
Absolutely.
I love lavenders. My grandma has lavender everywhere. I like lavender.
Lavender it is then. And Professor Longbottom stands at the door and, right, well, I need to get off, make sure everyone's headed to their dorms, but, good night, Hannah. Good night, Professor Longbottom. And as they part ways, Magnus, you notice that glinting in the moonlight, the two of them are wearing golden wedding bands, as Professor Longbottom just heads on out, and the door closes, and Madame Abbott turns to the both of you and says, "Right, I'll go sort of some tea." And she heads off into the matron's office, leaving you alone in the fairly cavernous space that is the hospital wing.
Magnus is still just staring directly at Dot, just waiting.
it's like it's pretty rude to just stare at people. So you could just like talk to me if you wanted to like talk to me.
Well, I did try, didn't I? But you were in a hurry.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
You're upset about something, Dot, I can tell. Usually, you're saying every word you can think of.
It's, I don't know, it's stupid, but, I don't entirely know what it is. It's just, like, a lot of stuff, in my head, and it takes me, like, a long time to figure out what is actually wrong, so I'm just really grumpy right now, and I'm sorry if I was rude to you. I meant to be rude to you, but I shouldn't have been rude to you, and I'm sorry. I just have a lot in my head right now, and I just got very overwhelmed, and you haven't done anything bad to me, so it's not your fault, and I'm sorry, and that was mean. And I say all of that like addressed to like the box of plasters, just staring at it as I'm speaking.
Magnus is gonna just be quiet for a little while, and then just nod, and make himself at home on one of the beds, like arms behind his head, just relaxed. Wake me when you're ready to leave. I'll just be here, keeping you company.
Okay, you can, if you want, you can go. I don't like want you to go. I don't like not want you to go, but like if you had stuff to do, you don't like need to stay here. But if you want to stay here, that's nice.
Dot, there are ghosts on the grounds. Have you not seen them?
Yeah. Wait.
I'm not letting my only Slytherin friend outside of Vlad wander the castle alone.
Okay.
Take all the time you need.
Thanks.
He's gonna shut his eyes and pretend like he's asleep, but he's not going to be.
He's totally asleep. I don't even care. I don't think any thoughts ever. I'm just sleeping. Also, Ed, am I healed from being injured now?
You are.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
As Madam Abbott comes out and sits with the two of you and serves out tea. The rest of you. Upon arriving back at the Ravenclaw common room and having to answer the usual riddle as you walk through, you see that it is fairly quiet. A couple of students sit around and are deep in their books, either studying or reading for pleasure as they sit around. But sat in one corner, you see the familiar face of Vlad just sat there, and he quite quickly stands up and waves at all of you. And he's sat on his own in one of the chairs.
Walk up. Hi Vlad. How are you this evening? It's pretty late.
Yeah, I'm good. I was worried that maybe like me you had to go to a different house and I wasn't going to see you tonight, and I wouldn't say good night before I went to bed, and I'm not used to that.
That's okay. We're here. We were out with Professor Longbottom and Hagrid, but nothing eventful. So we're just now back at the common room. What are you reading?
I'm just reading what we learned in Defense Against the Dark Arts. I'm trying to remember as much as I can, and I think I'm a little bit ahead in the book. So I'm hoping that Professor Bleakholm doesn't get mad at me for that.
I don't know why someone would get upset about you trying to further your learning. That's really impressive.
Well, you three are very clever, and so it's a good example for me.
Do you not think you are?
I get distracted easily.
That's okay. I think you're very clever, though.
Mm.
I'm not reading advanced.
Thank you. How was the Forbidden Forest?
Cecil kind of like looks around to like Ezra and V, and she's like,
It was dark and there was a lot of trees, but everything seemed to be okay, and nothing bad happened.
Oh.
What do you mean nothing bad?
Nothing. We're all here, so nothing bad could have happened because we're all together.
Yeah.
maybe you could come with us the next time, and you could see for yourself.
Maybe Vlad could come if Vlad would like to, or we could go to the library, or we could go to the
You
Great
could
Hall. We
meet
don't have to go.
Sissy's twin sister.
I didn't know you had the sister as well. I knew
Yeah,
you
she
had...
does. She lives in the dirt and the grass and the forest.
Oh, so you have Shannon, and you have another sister as well.
No.
Oh,
no,
it
I
was-
only have
it was
Shannon.
just-
There's just a moon
it was a-
reflection.
We were playing a game,
It
and
was a reflection. It looks exactly, and the same hair, same everything. It was the same, and we can all hang out maybe and play some chess. And you can come, Vlad. She seems nice. I wasn't gonna do anything with the knife.
Oh, okay. I like chess.
Ezra is just, since Vlad is a little bit stressed by all this, so I'm just pulling V over. Hey V, so I know that you do a lot of drawings for other people, but nobody has ever given you a drawing. So I
I'll
drew a
draw her
picture.
sister.
No, I drew a picture for us, and while we were out in the woods, and you had your knife, and you were brave, and I wanted you to see how brave you were. And it's like,
What?
it's like a terrible drawing, but Ezra doesn't know how to draw, so I'm trying my best.
This is the best drawing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah,
I love it so much. I love it. I'm gonna keep this for 110 years.
I don't know if people can live for that long most of the time, but close.
I will. I'm gonna live a long time, and so will you, because your name starts with a V too, and it's the best letter in the world.
Oh,
Look at us go. Look at us go. Just a couple of V's.
Violet, Vlad. Yeah. Well, it's and you see him look at the nearby clock and just turn back at all of you as he does the mental maths in his head. Okay, well, good night, Sissel. Good night, Violet, and good night, Ezra. I'll see you in the morning.
Good night, Vlad.
Thanks for waiting up. It's very kind.
Good
And
night. I'll see you another day.
Good night.
Tomorrow, maybe.
And with that, he heads on up to the dorms, leaving the three of you alone in this small corner of the common room.
V, we need to, we gotta talk about easing people into conversations.
What do you mean?
Just because our friends like Vlad, who Vlad's learning about a lot of things, and the last thing we want to do is overwhelm Vlad more with more information. So maybe if you want to ask something like that, say, Vlad, can I tell you something really cool? And then let Vlad answer.
And then I can say it after if he says yes?
Yes, and
Says
then
yes.
if Vlad says yes, then you can answer everything you want to
I
answer.
ask people questions and then sentences.
Yes.
Question mark, period.
Question mark, period.
That's right. The good motto to live by. We've got this, V.
Okay, did I say something bad?
No.
Does he hate me?
No,
That way-
Vlad.
I don't.
I
think
just
you
like
do.
things come in my head and I just say what I'm thinking because it's the truth. I just saying how things are, and everybody is always saying shh or be secrets or whatever, but why is everybody's secrets? My dad's secrets, my mom's secrets, everybody's secrets. I don't need that. I just want to be saying what I say.
Well, secrets are there to help protect people sometimes, at least until things are ready to come to light. So if it's a part of making sure we also respect people and boundaries, perhaps, and especially if there's more than one person in a party dealing with a situation, it should be talked amongst the group on who gets that information next.
V, think of it like this. Maybe there's some things you tell tell Bunny, but you don't want to tell us quite yet because you know Bunny more. So once you get to know, once you know Vlad as much as you know us, and once you know us as much as you know Bunny, then we can talk about everything, and there is no secrets. But it's getting there, so everyone feels ready for secrets.
Oh, is that why? I just want to say everything that is going on. I just don't, because everybody always, I was always left out of everything all the time. People, I'm not stupid. Like I know that what people say, and that's why I tell everybody that they're my best friend, because I never had one. So I just want everybody to have one, even if we're not best friends, because I just want everybody to have one. And even if I'm sorry,
This'll hugs her.
I won't say anything. I'm sorry.
No,
No,
V,
it's okay. You're our best friend.
we are best friends.
We're the 5 best friends anybody could have.
You don't have to say that if you don't want to be my friend.
V,
I
We
have
love having you.
funny, and that's
V, I've never drawn a picture in my life. I cannot draw. I can barely magic. I'm trying.
you're so good at magic, and you're so good at drawing. And
But I wanted to draw this for you because you are my friend. I wanted to show you how strong you are, even if the drawing is really bad. It still shows how much of a strong friend you are, and how we'll always be here. And you can tell me any secrets, and I will tell you all my secrets, and we will have no secrets because we're best friends.
you promise
I promise.
you're not gonna just go away someday, like all my past best friends. They just all go away.
I think you're stuck with us.
Promise.
I'm here as long as you will let me be in your life.
Yeah.
Forever. 110 years. That's how long I'm gonna live. I did the math.
110 years, Ezra writes it in their notebook. Best friends, 110 years.
And if I'm dead, we can have all our coffins next to each other, and we can and then we can be dead together and talk about stuff from coffin to coffin. I'll put my ear and I'll hear what you say.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Should we have walkie-talkies in our caskets?
Yeah, I hope so. And we all
Perfect.
can be and you're not gonna go away.
Not going
Okay.
away.
Question
You're not
period.
going away.
Question period.
Period.
And if you ever aren't sure of what to say, just lean in and whisper in our ears, and we'll be like, not yet. Or, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We're in this together, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we all go to bed or whatever, so someone wants to talk to Shannon.
Okay. So, looking around, you see that Shannon is sat in one corner, and you can see that he's sat in a fairly large, comfortable leather armchair, and he's currently dozing a little bit. You see a book just on his chest that he's half-heartedly trying to hold up, but his head is just sort of slouching ever so slightly to one side.
She walks up and she lifts the book off and then drops it back down.
No, I was doing. Hi, sis.
Hey,
Hey.
sorry, just got in. Sorry it's late, but
That's okay.
can I talk to you privately?
Yeah. You want to get onto the balcony and we can chat?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay. And he just turns to some nearby friends and goes, "Hey, keep my seat." And he stands up and guides you over to their entrance to the common room, and opening it up just lets you out first before closing it behind you. What's up?
She's gonna deflect for a moment, and she's just like, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a minute.
I'm okay. I'm fine. Are you and your friend still wanting to meet tomorrow for?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I think everybody's excited about that. I have to check on Dot though. She got hurt tonight.
What
But
happened?
I don't quite know what to say, but while we were in the forest, there was a figure that we saw in the distance, and it was me. And next thing I know, I'm waking up a little bit more in the forest. With my legs stuck together, Ezra helped with that. Yeah, Dot tried to stop me. Anyway, I wanted to ask, was there anything that you've ever seen growing up? Like a mirage of yourself, or of me, perhaps?
I mean, no. I mean, obviously, being in Hogwarts, you see strange stuff all the time, and I mean, we certainly don't have the worst of it. I think earlier years went through a fair amount that we don't. Anyway, that's. But no, I can't say I have.
Shannon, is there something wrong with me?
No. And he kneels down in front of you. And, oh, God, no, why would you say that? No, of course.
Because I've only caused problems for everybody since I've been here. The house ghost have disappeared, the hat stopped working, and as much as I try to ignore it, people are constantly talking about me, and I just don't...
Hey, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? Okay.
Shannon, I never even got sorted into a house. They only took pity on me.
No, that's not true. I know for a fact, and you know as well, you belong here.
I don't know if I do. I don't know where I belong.
I mean, same house as your older brother. That sounds like a fairly good place, right? And with your friend, like you say, what, Ezra stopped you from going into the forest? That's amazing.
Yeah, I have really good friends. I've opened up to them a bit more, so that's been nice. But and she's thinking about like what Dot did for her and how Dot got hurt doing it, and I just want to learn to be a better friend and not feel like I'm constantly adding stress or hurting those around me. I mean, I'm sure you haven't gone this year without people talking to you about what happened, about your weird sister.
I mean, I knew you were weird before you came here. That's nothing
That's
new.
true.
Look, sis, you want to know a secret? And it's a secret that big brothers never tell their sisters.
She perks up.
When I first came to Hogwarts, I was very uncool.
That's not true.
No, it's very
You're
true.
the coolest person I know.
Well, now. But no, I came to Hogwarts, and you know what I wanted more than anything?
What?
I just wanted to keep coming home to make sure you were okay. And I really missed you.
I
And
guess now you don't have to because I'm here.
Well, yeah, but that's not. That's not my point. I'm not saying I don't words good, sis, but I know what happened to you. I know your parent. I know our mum and dad have always been so on it with making sure that you're cushioned and protected against the world, and I think I felt that when I came here as well, and it took me such a long time to shake that and to feel like I could make my own decisions and that I could be open and myself around people.
I'm sorry I've ever added extra stress to your life.
Hey, no. This isn't a you thing. This is a me thing. And I'm saying, as an older brother who has been through not the same thing, I'm not going to pretend that I can understand what happened to you. But all I'm saying is you're working on a better groundwork and a better foundation than I had. You've got 4 incredible, I mean 5. Vlad's lovely. I was talking to him earlier. He's so bright and funny and clever, and
Yes.
the rest of your friends they're great. You know. So you don't worry about dragging people down, because from what I can see, everyone around you sees you exactly how I see you, which is just the best.
You're my brother, you have to say that.
I do have to say that, but I also mean it.
I appreciate that. If anybody talks to you about me and tries to be mean, you tell me and I will whip them into shape.
I have no doubt about it.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you for talking, and you should go get some sleep. You were asleep in the chair.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm studying for Professor Binns, and that's about as interesting as his lessons are.
Well, I'll let that lull you to sleep then.
Thank you very much, and I will let you get back to your friends. But
Thanks.
I'll see you all tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh crap! I forgot about that.
Go get some
Okay.
sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. She gives Shannon a hug.
He
And good
returns
night.
it.
You want back in?
Okay. Meanwhile, upstairs in the dorm, V, as you head up to bed and start getting ready to go to sleep, you notice that on your bedside table, there is a small, fairly off-color white ceramic jar that reads on it, as you turn it around, there is a piece of parchment stuck to it that simply says, "Midnight Snacks for Bunny." And in a single initial, the letter P. And as you look inside, you see that there is a quite stunning collection of dead spiders and flies that are just heaped inside this very, very small jar.
Whoa, what the heck? I think you got some snacks. Maybe we can eat them together, Bunny. And
Yeah.
I take 2 out, and they're like these nasty little creatures. And then we both have a snack.
Hard cut to the hospital wing as you each finish up your tea, and Madam Abbott turns to you, Dot, and Magnus, and goes, "Right, well, you've been lovely company, but I think you should both probably go and get some sleep in rather comfier beds. I can't pretend the hospital beds are all that nice."
They're really neat, which is nice. So they're not that bad.
Well, you're very kind. And both of you, if you ever want to stop by, feel free.
Thank you.
Maybe steer clear around Quidditch season. It gets a little more crowded in here.
I think you might be seeing Dot during Quidditch season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good night, and lovely to meet you both as well.
Thank you. We'll go. Magnus, if you wanna. How did you sleep? Did you have any fun dreams when you were sleeping?
Oh, I wasn't sleeping.
What?
I was resting. I was enjoying the quiet.
Oh, I thought you didn't hear me like talking to myself and stuff, did you? I thought you were asleep, so
No, I
thought...
did.
Okay, I was just like imagining, I was just practicing for when I have to go buy things at Hogsmeade, so I don't have like imaginary friends. I was just
You were
practicing.
getting better near the end there.
Thank
I
you.
was very concerned at the beginning. You kind of stumbled over every word.
Well, it's
but-
hard pronouncing things because they have, it's like, it reminds me of German words because it's like butterbeer, and that reminds me of how in German it's like a fridge is like the kitchen closet, so it's just funny, and I end up thinking that I meant to say it with an accent or something, and then I worry that I'll say like,
Say it with an accent.
what, like a German accent?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Ah.
Butterbeer? No, I can't do it. I'm not good at accents. I'm trying to get better.
I wish I
at
could have recorded that somehow.
Anyway.
My goodness. Butterbeer. That was good. All right. Shall we go?
You do it. No, you do it in a German accent.
German?
Yeah.
I only knew one German growing up, so...
Well, I didn't know any Germans growing up, and I did one, so...
Butterbeer. How was that?
That sounds like Hagrid, except German. Oh, would you like... Oh, niffler! Stop stealing from Mr. Lennox. That's what it sounds like.
That was surprisingly good German accent, but I don't know if Hagrid would like that.
Just don't tell him.
No, I won't. It's
Don't go into the far. Sorry, I'm sorry. I get attached to a thing. I just keep doing it.
Well, we've got a long way back to the Hufflepuff common room, so if you want to keep entertaining me with this accent, please go ahead.
Oh, Professor Longbottom, Miss Anya was in the forest and she saw a
Ooh,
ghost.
wait.
And
Dot.
Huh?
Do filch.
A German filch?
Yeah.
Oh, my little love, Mrs. Norris, come over here. We shall eat the beans together. Is that good? Did I do it with? It's hard. They kind of sound the same because it is both German, but
That was incredible. Are you kidding me?
thanks.
And as
I'm
you
starting
can-
to think you knew more German than you caught on to.
No, when I was a kid, I watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory like 50 times once during school holidays because I just got really attached to it. So I have the Augustus Gloop, so.
Augustus Gloop?
Okay. And I proceed to tell Magnus the entire plot of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory due to the fact that I hyperfixated on it 3 years ago in school holidays.
Despite where you are, and despite your knowledge about the wizarding world, Magnus, the story of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is entirely bizarre to you. It makes very little sense, and especially with Dot's fervent and very, very clear and almost step-by-step playthrough of exactly how the film goes. It takes you the entire journey down towards the Hufflepuff common room. And as you're walking past the entrance to the kitchens, you see that the portrait is slightly ajar. And you see that stood out front, drinking what looks like a mug of very, very, very black coffee, you see Creature there, just sipping sourly at it, just blowing occasionally on the steam. But next to him, in pajamas and a dressing gown, you see a student. Around your age, you suspect, but they have pale freckled skin and wild curly brown hair that is short round the back and sides, giving them an almost broccoli-like look as it spills over their forehead. And as they hear footsteps coming around, you just see them go, and Creature just goes,
Creature will vouch for you.
Thank you. And as you come round the corner and make eyes with this individual, you note that it is one of the Hufflepuffs that you have seen around the common room. And you think that you have heard her name. It is Rose. Rose Trickwick. As she just turns towards you. Oh, hi. I was just, here. You dropped a spoon down there.
I did no such thing.
Where, and Creature just turns towards you both.
She was giving Creature coffee.
Hello, sorry. Hello, Creature. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. Hi again, Creature. Hi, Rose.
Hi. What did you say this was?
Colombian?
Colombian. It's very nice. Right, well, I best get back to my common room. I've got company now. All right. Get to sleep safely.
And he steps back into the portrait and just closes. And you hear the pear on the portrait just give a little as it just closes. And Rose turns and you see her shiver a little bit at this giggle and creeps me out a bit. But you're the Slytherins, right?
Yeah. I'm Dot, and this is Magnus. Lennox.
Hi.
Hi.
What I've got to ask, what's it like being so close to the Black Lake? You know, obviously before you were all flooded and that.
Pretty great, honestly. Friends with a lot of the Grendylows. They're nasty creatures.
Are you really friends with the Grindylows?
No, Dot.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be, what's the word?
Facetious.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. I saw a mermaid, and they don't really look like they do in Disney, which is a bit weird, but.
Oh wow! Well, when I mean, obviously you spent some time in the Hufflepuff common room. When obviously everything's a bit dry down there, it would be nice to come and have a look. I love marine life. It's really fascinating to me.
Oh, I mean, if you want, you could just come by because they just like float by all the time, and we have a little. One of the students made like a little legend thing, and it's attached around the walls, so you can like has like a drawing and then what the thing is, and then you can read about it. And I was looking at it a lot, so.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. It's
maybe
nice.
next we could flood the Hufflepuff common room, and then you guys could come stay in the dungeons.
Yeah, no, I guess I mean, you know, we could like do an earthquake or something. It's all like, you know, mud and that, but
We won't actually do that, will we?
I don't think so.
Okay. Sorry.
So are you friends with Creature?
well, yeah, you know, he's like, I pass the kitchen, you know, every day, and you know, he seems a bit at first, but I don't know. I brought a bunch of coffee and teas with me from home, and I don't know. Sometimes it's just nice to sit somewhere where it's a little quieter, not the common room or the dorms. And I was sat out here, and Creature
I
slept out.
thought you meant that the kitchen was quiet, but Dot and I can attest that place is crazy.
Been in there?
Yeah, Creature can keep a secret, and I hope you could as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've caught me out of the common room after hours, you know,
No,
feeding
it's all right.
coffee to an elf. So.
No. Did you talk to Batty? Batty?
Oh my god, I love Batty so much.
Yeah, she's so nice. Isn't she nice?
I love her. Oh, honestly, I
She's
love
so
her to bits.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep on telling her that at some point I'll, you know, show her around the Hufflepuff common room, but I don't know, they get a bit skittish about, like, you know, being in amongst the students and stuff.
Are
but...
they allowed, or is that like against the rules? Because it's kind of confusing because I don't know, Magnus. I don't know if you know. And she says that like entirely sincerity. There's not like the rules aren't very clear because there's curfew, and then there's I don't know what parts of the like castle we're allowed to go into, and I don't know if the house elves are allowed in our rooms. So like, is it even against the rules for you to bring them coffee? I don't even know.
Honestly, I think it's mainly just sneaking around after dark. Unless obviously, like you. I mean, what are you two doing now? You're out late.
Oh, Dot wasn't feeling very well, so we were back at the infirmary.
Oh,
Yeah, I
right.
hurt my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's much better now. And Magnus was just making sure I wasn't alone. So.
Well, good. And at this point, you come to the barrels at the end of the corridor, and you start to crawl through them as you come out into the large, round, and earthy room that is the Hufflepuff common room. As you come out, Rose turns around to you and, right, well, lovely to meet both of you, and I don't know how long you're staying around for, but if you ever fancy like a game of cards or
Do you like Yahtzee?
I love Yahtzee.
I love Yahtzee as well. One time I got 2 Yahtzees in a row, which was really cool.
Wow. Okay. Well, in that
Yahtzee?
case,
Oh, it's really fun. Basically, you have I think it's 5 dice, and you roll them, and then you have to get different combinations of numbers and try and get the highest combination of numbers. But if you get a Yahtzee,
Are they
it's when...
enchanted dice? Like if you get all 5s, they explode?
No, if you get all 5s though, you get a Yahtzee, which means you get 50 points, which is a lot, and then your opponent will probably get super mad at you. But like in a fun way, not in like an actual.
And that's it.
Well, no,
I mean,
it's fun. It is fun, isn't it? Tell them how it's fun. Like,
yeah, it's so fun. It's so. I mean, it's nothing like the wizard chess you have here or anything like that. Like nothing moves, or it's just
it's like kind of simple, but I like
nice.
it. So.
Got it. All right.
Right. Well, we'll see you both at some point, hopefully for Yahtzee.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Night.
What year is Rose in? Sorry.
You get the impression that she's probably in your year.
Okay.
And with a wave, heads off to bed, leaving the two of you in a very, very quiet common room. A couple of the older years sit in various areas, but for the most part, it is quiet. Is there anything you want to do before going to bed?
I think I still have my... I don't think my book got revealed, right?
It didn't. You tried.
Okay.
But...
Okay, I'm gonna stand in the common room and Dot's gonna be like pulling her cardigan sleeves up around her wrists, and I was wondering if you could try again on my book. You can just do the lower level spell, because I know you did Revelio, but I think there's another one. I forget what. I mean, you could cost whatever, but we still don't have my book, with that.
Yeah. What was yours called again?
I don't remember actually, and that's because the player has not got her spell list with her. Hello. I think it's a level 1 or 2 spell.
A Parisium? Is that?
Yeah, that's it. That one. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. Sorry, I just had a big day, so my brain is sort of empty. It just does that. So.
Yeah. Go grab your book, and I guess we'll huddle over in the corner there.
Okay. All right. So I sprint up and I get the book.
Okay. So bringing it back down, remind me which house this belongs to?
This is the Gryffindor one.
The Gryffindor one. Okay. So you run upstairs and Bimby is on the bed and just gives a little as you run up and grab the book and give a quick scratch behind the ears before running.
Wait, can I bring Bimby with me? I forgot Bimby's up there. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Can Alpine be here too to hang with Bimby?
Yeah, looking around, you see that completely sort of in flagrant disregard for where they're meant to be. Alpine is just sat in front of the fireplace, just sat on one of the armchairs, taking it up entirely. And just as you approach, just...
Magnus, that's Alpine, right? Did you name your cat Alpine?
Yeah.
She
looks like snow.
Oh, so you don't have comics, do you? No. Okay. No reason. I was just wondering. It's a cute cat. But yeah, here's the book, and I hand the Gryffindor journal over.
I'll spread it open and cast.
Sorry, I just laughed behind my camera and Mika saw and I threw her off. I'm so sorry.
God.
I'll cast Oppressium.
Okay, so roll magic. Roll a magic.
And this is -1 because it's level 2, right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Wait, that was a 1d6.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Hold on, let me just roll a d6. So 7. So that-
7.
Phew.
Okay. So it works, but so either diminished effect, someone is alerted, or your wand is thrown and lands nearby.
I'll
Two
throw
of
my
those
wand
things.
again.
I try and
Two
catch
of
the
them.
wand as it gets thrown.
Okay, I'll say for that, just make a quick and quiet check to see if you
Okay.
can like dart out. And
Do I get an extra because I have a relationship with Magnus of a +1?
yes,
Okay.
I would say so. And then diminished effect, or someone is alerted, Magnus.
Diminished effect.
Okay, so as the one flies across the room, almost without looking at it, Dot, your hand just snatches out and grabs it in midair. And as you look from your friend's incredible show of dexterity down to the book again, Magnus, nothing appears to happen.
What?
There are no secret messages, there are no hidden markings or anything. The gaps are still the gaps in the page. Missing words still remain missing, and blank pages remain blank.
No, this can't be right.
Well, maybe maybe Gryffindor didn't have any secret things. I mean, it's a pretty Gryffindor thing to do, right? Like having no secrets, so.
Can I have my wand back, Dot?
Oh, yeah, sorry. And I hand it over.
Magnus is feeling a little like bristled because it didn't work this time and it was a lower level spell. So he's gonna cast Revelio.
Oh my god!
Okay, go for it.
Alright. Dang it. I was hoping.
So,
Experience though.
yep, so you get some experience, but as you cast it, and fueled more by anger than your initial casting of it, which was very much driven by curiosity, there is an almost instantaneous, and you, Dot, watch as Magnus's chair literally just tips back, and Alpine just and runs onto the ground, and you see that Magnus's very, very sandy-colored hair is a little bit blackened as it just stands up on end, and you are jinxed, and you take a -2 to magic as you just sit there on your back, and the few other students that are in the common room look over in your direction as there is just this small plume of smoke that just rises into the air from Magnus's head.
Magnus is just gonna look up at Dot as he's laying on the floor. Not a word to anyone.
I can speak right now though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe it's just and I'm gonna say this as I'm like getting up to like extend my hand to Magnus to help him up. Maybe it's just the book, you know, because it's Gryffindor, so maybe
It's the stupid Gryffindor book. That's
what
all it is.
Yeah, it's just the book isn't right, and there's probably nothing. You know what it is? It's probably there's nothing there. So when you're trying to cast the magic, also can I try and, as I'm saying this, can I try and roll to inspire others?
Yeah, of course.
When you're casting the magic, because there's nothing there, like the magic is so powerful, it's just getting reflected back at you, is what it is.
No, there's something there that the little Gryffindors are trying to hide from me. I know it. And I'm gonna crack it.
I'm gonna roll my. I got a 5 for inspiring others, so that's gonna be another fail for Dot.
So that's -2 to body, heart, or mind. So
Wait, for me or for
me?
Magnus?
for Magnus.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe you hurt your back when you fell. I'm so sorry.
I'll be injured.
So you sit up, Magnus, and as you do so, there is a distinct as you
I think I'm gonna go to bed, Dot. I think I'm turning in for the night.
Oh, okay. That's fine. If you want to go to the infirmary again or anything, we could later. But, thank you anyway. I'm sorry the book's stupid. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna bundle the book up and sprint upstairs, and I'm gonna get into bed. And I'd like to try and cast a. No, wait. I'd like to cast. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna try and cast Revelio on.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So what? How many minuses is that just for the fact that it's like higher than me?
-6.
So minus
-6.
6.
So it's a
Yeah.
-7 because Dot is also -1 to magic.
There's no way you'll get this.
There's literally. It's actually impossible. Yeah, but Dot's gonna try. -4.
I don't have a result for that.
Does my wand break? I don't.
She catches
As
the
you
norm on
cast
fire.
it down, there is a shuddering in your wand, and all of a sudden, there is a calm. And then you are jolted back, your head hits the headboard, and you just go unconscious as you take -2 to body. And the last thing you hear is a very concerned as you just fall unconscious.
Dot.
Ezra, as everyone starts to go to bed, and you say goodnight to your friends, and everyone around you, students you know, students you don't, begin to get into bed, you walk off in the direction of the bathrooms to brush your teeth before going to sleep. As you do so, you hear noises like the shuffling of feet. And as you come into the bathroom, you see out of the corner of your eye what looks to be a hand floating in midair, and in its hand, a folded up piece of blank parchment.
Hi, Mr. Hand Ghost. Are you trying to? Do you want me to give that paper to somebody?
Almost immediately, it whips backwards, and it's almost like moving behind a curtain as it just disappears into thin air, and there is a silence. And you start to hear footsteps once again, just moving around the edge of the bathroom.
I didn't mean to startle you, Mr. Hand Ghost. I just want to brush my teeth, and I saw the paper floating, and I thought maybe I could deliver it for you because ghosts are supposed to be nice here, I think. One screamed at us, but that was fine.
There is a pause, and then a voice just goes, Don't use the communal toothpaste, because now I've seen you come in, I'm just gonna feel bad.
What'd you do to the toothpaste?
And out of thin air again, a hand comes out. And you see that as it floats in midair, it is holding a small bottle of something that, as you squint closer in the darkness, reads 3 hyphenated words. You know poo. Just holding it in midair. I was wanting to prank the Ravenclaw lot, but... And almost like an invisible shroud being pulled over, you see it lift, and underneath there is a tall figure that you have seen once before. Maybe a couple of times outside of the Hogwarts Express, but wild brown hair and pale, slightly freckled skin. It is James Sirius Potter, as he just lets the cloak hang on his shoulders, and he looks at you. You're Felix's friend, right? Ian's brothers?
You mean Magnus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Magnus is wait. Were you gonna poop?
Close the door before we do this.
Ezra just frantically tries to shut the door and just is sitting there kind of nervous. Were you gonna poop everyone's brush?
Yeah. Well, I forgot. Obviously, I forgot that you were. Yeah, I forgot you were a Ravenclaw, and now I'm talking to you. Now I just feel bad. So thanks for that.
Hi, I'm Ezra.
Hi, James.
I've heard of you through my friends. I don't know much about this place, but I've heard of you. And Why do you want to? Why do you want to pull pranks?
Well, I've got a thing going with a couple of people in the other houses that I can make everyone crap themselves before the end of first term. So, which
Ezra Ezra writes down prankster James in the notebook.
What are you writing? What are you writing now?
Nothing. It's just it helps me calm down when I'm overwhelmed. And I wrote funny story, but I can't tell anyone. Just totally lie.
Okay, make a convince check for me.
Oh no, what is that?
So that's just heart, so plus your heart.
Ooh, nice. Oops.
He looks at you and just hops up on one of the nearby sinks and lets his legs just dangle over the edge a little bit. Okay. So what's your deal? How are you finding first year?
So there's a lot. I didn't know ghosts were a thing. Apparently mermaids are a thing. We met the biggest person I've ever met. His name is Hagrid. And how were you invisible just a second ago?
Well, if you think Hagrid's big, you should see his brother lives out in the Forbidden Forest. Lovely, very clumsy, but nice. In terms of... Okay, you can keep a secret, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I won't even write it in my notebook.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll do you a trade. I'll take your notebook, and you can try this on.
Okay.
Yeah?
Ezra just is very curious about how it works, so I hand it over.
He takes it and looks at the lily on its front and sort of gives a little smile and then hands over the cloak to you and try it on.
Do I just throw it over my... Ezra
Throw it
just
over.
throws it over the puffy hair and just lets it drape down.
Nothing appears to happen, and then James just points in the direction of the mirror.
Oh my god!
Yeah, right?
What is... Am I a vampire?
I mean, that'd be cool. I don't think so, though. How do you feel about garlic?
It's tasty on snacks. I flip it up and just... What? So, wait, are vampires real?
Yeah, no, they're real. And giants and all of that.
Giants and... Can you scribble that down in my notebook? Just flip it back on.
Sure. And he just takes the pen and just starts jotting it down. And it's a nice book.
Thank you.
Flower on the front? What is that?
That my mom gave it to me.
It's a lily, right?
It's a lily.
My grandma was called Lily. And he passes it back across to you.
It's a really pretty name, and my mom's name isn't Lily, but it means lily, and I never really got to meet my dad, but my dad would always give my mom lilies.
That's sweet.
For someone who wants to do pranks, you're very nice.
It's all a very clever diversion. It's because friend of Felix. Magnus.
Magnus.
Yeah. How is Magnus doing?
Magnus is doing well. My friend Dot and Magnus seem to be good friends, and I want to get to know Magnus more. But I've been hanging out with my friend V a lot because V is V needed someone to kind of be there, and now I just love V and I want to hang out with my friends. But Magnus is doing great. That's a lot of information. I'm so sorry. I'm just nervous. We're in a bathroom and you have poop paste and you just gave me a disappearing cloak and I just hand it back.
Oh.
Like, I don't want to be rude.
No, thank you. No, it's it was it was my dad's. I took it when he was not looking, and he would not be pleased if he saw me with it. But
I won't tell anybody.
well, thank you very much, Ezra. So with sorry, bringing things back to Magnus. He he got people around him. Like, I mean, obviously you, but there's a whole bunch of you, right?
Yeah, we have our little group of friends, and there's 5 of us, and we try to look out for each other. We I want my friends to be happy, and we're all a little bit different, but it seems to be going well. We don't really know what's happening, and we're all new here. My friend Dot and I both have never even knew of magic until somewhat recently, so this is a lot.
Steep learning curve.
It is very. I casted a spell though, and I hope Magnus would be proud of me. I stuck my friend's legs together. It wasn't a prank. I was trying to help. It sounds like a prank,
That does sound
but
like a prank.
I was helping. I promise. It was a little funny though.
Well, I'm good. I'm glad, because I know Ian's obviously Ian's got at me and Maisie, obviously. So I just wanted to, because God knows they're not going to talk to one another. Ian and stubborn as a bull when he wants to be, but it's good. What I'm saying, it's good that Magnus is you guys.
Is there something I should know or watch out for? Like, I mean, we're in a bathroom, and you just did poop paste and showed me a magic cloak, but we keep bringing up Magnus. Is there something?
I don't know. I just brothers being brothers, I guess. My brother a little while ago, I thought he'd be in Gryffindor with me, and he wasn't. He was sorted into Slytherin, and it was I think it was tough for both of us, and I think knowing Ian's parents and obviously Magnus's parents, like I do, I think probably a bit more difficult for 2 of them. So I just wanted to I have your attention. Don't know why I said that. I just wanted to make sure that he was okay. I'm glad he is.
Yes, Magnus is okay. Magnus is very good at magic and is a good friend. A little standoffish, but I think Magnus is playing a little doesn't want to let people in. And I don't know why, but I think with time we'll all be really good friends and we'll watch out for each other.
Well, I don't doubt it. You got me to come clean about my prank here, so if you can do that with me, dread to think the secrets you can eke out of your friends. Anyway, I should probably go before Phyllis catches me. And he puts the cloak on and just pulling out the folded up piece of parchment again, just if you thought that was cool, I solemnly swear that I hope to no good. And you watch as across the parchment, spreading out in inky waves, a perfect moving map of Hogwarts appears on the pages. And you swear that you see names floating around down corridors, through rooms, and as you see James just scan over, you see 2 names next to one another, James Potter and Ezra Trill, and he just looks at it and goes, cool, lovely, I think the coast is clear, mischief managed. And almost as quickly as it appears, it disappears, and he just, right, Ezra, it's good to meet you, bud.
It's good to meet you, prankster James.
use your own toothpaste. And he just flicks the cloak over his head, and like that, he disappears. And very briefly, the door of the bathroom opens by itself and then closes as you are left alone in the bathroom.
That, and Ezra's just kind of reeling on what just happened. I was like a vampire for a second, and I was gone, but I was here, but I could see things, and there was a map, and I was like I was in Twilight, and I'm just frantically brushing my teeth.
And on that note, we will take our break, and we'll be back very, very shortly.
Ooh, see you all soon.
See you very soon.
But yeah, thank you all so much for your support for the charity. We now just have the goal, like a meme number. We got to 1,000, so you now have another 4 episodes of this, and possibly a second season. And now we're just, any more money that gets fundraised is just lovely and wonderful. So thank you all so much for the support. Y'all are amazing. We adore you. Thank you so much. It's such a fun campaign. I'm thriving. I'm living. And we are very aware of your crimes in the Discord. Any fan art that anybody's done, by the way, and this includes photo manipulations of Ed's face on other characters, I will go through them with everybody next session because I didn't get to collate them today. So if you've done any fan work, we'll get to it. We'll expose it all. Don't worry.
So
I'm gonna share my. So when Ezra did the drawing, I really did do a quick drawing, and I'm not good at art. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is V with the knife.
It looks like something you'd find in like a Marble Hornets episode.
Oh my god.
I'm an artiste. It's fine.
But yeah, thank you all so much for the support. And we're gonna dive back into the episode where I probably have a concussion.
So, as you all wake in the morning, some of you more restfully than others, over in the Hufflepuff common rooms, Magnus, you wake and there is a distinct creak as your back just still really gives out from the previous night. And Dot, you wake still sitting upright, but your head just lolling down. And you see that Bimby has taken up residence underneath your hair and is just occasionally just... And there is a bruise on the back of your head. But as all of you wake and head down for breakfast, is there anything that anyone would like to do throughout the day before you meet with Shannon in the evening?
Is this any of us?
Any of you, yeah.
I guess nothing in the Ravenclaw house.
Mm-hmm.
Is there stuff you want to do like once you're like at like meal times or something? Because I think we meet Shannon at the end of the day, so there's like meal times and classes between that.
Yeah.
I mean, do y'all want to meet at breakfast? We can talk about your injuries.
Can we be meeting in a class? We haven't been like in a class much. Can we chatting in a class?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay.
So one of your first lessons of the day is history, and
oh my god!
as you all start to convene outside Professor Bin's classroom, the three of you, V, Ezra, and Sissel, are waiting a moment before, round the corner, you just hear a as Dot just comes round, nursing her head, and almost like having rung the bells of Notre Dame, Magnus comes around the corner with a hand on his back, just coming round the corner.
What happened at the hospital wing?
What happened?
No, we were messing around with spells last night, and my one.
First Abbott's great.
Didn't she learn already?
Yeah, I mean, we could go back, but I didn't want to bother her, and it feels normal. It's fine. I smacked my head is all.
To be fair, we weren't hurt until, well, Dot decided to follow up.
No, we both decided because I asked you for help and you said yes, and it's not my fault that the spell failed, but then my thing also failed. Like, we're both...
It's stupid Godric Gryffindor's fault. I will blame this on him until I die.
Yeah, it was just, we're trying to reveal things in the Gryffindor book, and I don't know if there's nothing in there or we just keep getting the spells wrong, but we can't see anything in it, so I'm just gonna give up on that book for a bit, I think. Unless
Who
any
needs
of
to
you-
know about what he wanted to keep secret? Nobody needs to know anything about Godric Gryffindor.
I guess.
You really don't like Gryffindor, huh?
It's the idea of Gryffindor that I don't like. You can thank me, brother, for that.
That's valid.
And this whole time, Ezra's just kind of staring over at Magnus, just with everything that was said last night, just kind of trying to understand what James meant.
But ow, this sucks because I really wanted to ask Shannon for help with Quidditch stuff before we went to the room of requirement, but my head really hurts, so hopefully I'll just ask him. Would having a hurt head affect Quidditch? Probably, right?
Dot, please don't get on a broom with your head hurting.
Don't at all, please.
Okay.
Is there I don't know if any of y'all know, and I don't want to go search the sheet. Is there a spell to like help head?
Don't ask me. I will not be able to help you.
Can I try if there is? Hang on, let me
There's
pull
a
up my thing.
big old list of spells. Let me.
Yeah. Let me pull mine up too.
For level 1, the closest one is Reparo.
I don't know if that works on
I don't think my skull's cracked.
Skulls. Let me just bring up an electronic copy and then I can just find the thing.
She's got the spirit.
You've got the touch. Dun, dun.
Cranium.
It's weird there's no healing spells, you know?
I mean, that's because we're meant to go to the infirmary. Like, we're just meant to go to the nurse.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, wait.
So...
Wait, Episky was the incantation of a healing charm that healed relatively minor injuries.
Ooh.
Oh.
What level is that?
That's a good question.
Uh-oh.
How do you spell it?
EPISKEY.
I don't know if that's gonna pop up.
Yeah, it can, such as broken noses, toes, and split
Maybe it's not in
lips.
Table
So I'm assuming a
Stories
bruised
list,
head.
but it's in the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah. Tell you what, let's improv it because these spells do exist. Just take
It's a level 6.
level 6.
Okay.
Do it.
Take a -5 to that roll. I was about to say -2, but Magnus knows everything about magic.
Magnus, why?
I didn't think you answered the
You
homework.
forgot to give
actually,
us
that's a
homework.
bit
Actually-
practice.
Magnus said, let me push my glasses up real quick.
If I'm gonna get hurt, everyone else has to.
No.
Okay, I have a +2 to magic, so that's -3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doable?
Okay, this is doable.
Doable? Here's the thing. It's not doable anymore.
I'm ready to take another injury. Hit me with it. Let's
Yep.
go.
Am I-
So, Sissel, you check off that box of experience for me. While as you hold your wand out to Dot, and Dot, you wait expectantly.
Oh.
Your head just jolts back again, and there is a and you are dazed now. -2
I
to
still
mind.
jinx.
Oh my god. Sorry, I have injured and dazed? Alright.
I'm
Yep.
so sorry, Dot.
Jeez.
Wait, Ed, am I still jinxed or did I sleep that off?
I think you have to. It says in the rulebook like what cures certain things, and I
Yeah.
think you have to have an anti-jinx cast on you.
Very
Yeah.
cool, very cool.
Or go
Super
to
sweet.
the infirmary for a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
I reached my hand down to pick Dot up. Are you okay? I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I'm used to it. I've had like lots of.
I don't want to add to you being used to this.
No, I know. It's just usually because when I'm playing sports at school, we get all sorts of things, and I just kind of didn't expect that I would also get that with magic things. So maybe just me and magic don't really get along. Oh, this is okay. I'm okay. I just probably should go to the infirmary after class. I don't
Yeah,
want to miss
I
class.
go now.
as well.
No, I really don't want to miss class. I can't afford to.
It's Professor Benz. I think you'll be fine.
No, I know, but history of magic's important because I'm not good at it, so I have to figure out how to be good at it. And if I learn about how people in the
Dot,
what
I don't
year are
think
we
your brain is
studying?
going to be able to comprehend anything right now. I think you should
Also,
go.
I think we should care about the present right now, Dot.
Oh my gosh, did you get me a present as well? Thank you. No, you didn't have to do that.
No.
It doesn't hurt that badly.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
that. I feel fine, actually. It's really. Is it?
Can I like grab both her arms and be like, I'm gonna walk you.
Okay, let's go to
You're not going to class.
Let's
Ezra and V, can you take notes for us?
Yeah. I'll get my notebook.
go to the class with Sissy.
Like, I did this. I need to help fix this.
As the three of them walk away, and you count yourselves lucky not having to deal with these two very injured friends, almost as if on cue, the door creaks open and you hear, "All right, everyone, come in and we'll begin the lesson." And immediately your hearts sink. So, I will say, Ezra and V, if you can both roll a mind roll to see how you get on with classes for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And for expediency's sake, taking your friends to the infirmary and meeting with Madam Abbott, your respective conditions
Ooh.
are healed.
Again.
Again. And you do see a slight look of consternation from Madam Abbott as she's like, "Oh, you're back very soon." And she goes about healing the two of you.
You
Let me
should
just
probably
bring up...
get used to this, Mrs. Pumphrey, because is that what Mrs. I'm so sorry. What was your name?
Abbott's. Humphrey was my former...
I was looking at the portraits on the wall and they all look the same. I'm sorry. Mrs. Abbott's. I'm going to be a Quidditch star, so I'm going to be in here a lot, probably.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
let's get you all patched up.
Okay.
V, over the course of the day, you do incredibly well. You are paying attention in class. You're so making notes for your friends. You earn 10 house points.
Oh,
Whoa.
no, Ravenclaw, stop. Stop it.
Don't worry.
But
Yeah.
Ezra, you do less well. As you find yourself distracted mainly on account of the plight of your friends, and over the course of the day, they don't appear to be coming back anytime soon. And distracted as you are, and especially feeling out of your depth without having Dot there, who has very much been in the same boat as you since the beginning of your term, you lose 5 house points, unfortunately. As your sort of wavering attention is picked up on, especially by Professor Bleakholm in Defense Against the Dark Arts. She is very fair, but she is also very, very stern. But eventually, around lunchtime, you're all reunited, and unless there's anything anyone wants to do before meeting with Shannon later, any conversations anyone wishes to have?
Ezra's gonna walk over to Magnus and just, Magnus, are you okay? Are you doing okay?
Feeling much better now.
Oh,
now that I don't feel like I'm 80 years old.
I kind of meant just in general. Is there anything going on that, like, I don't know, your friends could help with, or you know, anything like that?
I'm doing just fine. I'm where I'm supposed to be. Why are
Okay.
you asking me this, Ezra?
Okay, I met somebody last night, and I promised I couldn't say certain things, but there's some things I didn't promise to say, so I don't think it's wrong if I tell you. They asked a little bit about you. They knew your brother, and they just wanted to make sure you were okay. And just so you know that you can trust me, and I can't tell you certain things. There's like this thing about like a vampire. No, I won't tell you that. They had this map that I could see myself and everyone else on, and it was like a magic map. Is that a thing?
I don't know. My brothers talked about something similar. Ezra, if anyone asks you about me again, Tell them to tell my brother to stop spying on me and to get the Gauls to come talk to me himself. If he wants
Okay.
information.
I can do. They didn't seem like. I'll write that down and I'll let I'll let them know. But
Thought
they
so.
didn't.
I thought it was
They
him.
they didn't seem like they were too worried or like spying. They just were more so just wanted to make sure you were okay.
It's never that simple with my brother, Ezra.
Oh,
I appreciate it though. I know that you are just trying to be a good friend to everyone. So
I just want to make sure. You're okay. And I know we don't get to talk much. And I just want to let you know that I'm here if you need anything.
thank you. But do try to not talk to anyone about me, if that's okay.
Oh yeah. I would never bring it up. I didn't know what to do. They were in the bathroom and I was kind of scared.
Wait, in the Ravenclaw bathroom with you?
Yeah, and they said not to use the toothpaste. Okay, I gotta stop. I promised I wouldn't say things, and now I'm saying things, but everything's fine.
James is
I'm gonna approach V at whatever mealtime we have together. I'm just gonna like walk over to the Ravenclaw table and just stand next to V, and just sort of V. Hi. How's Bunny? Is Bunny good?
How are you?
I'm good. How's Bunny?
She's good.
That's good.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color is like green, except not Slytherin green because that's sort of like an emerald. I like forest green a lot, like light. Grassy.
That's a great color.
What's your favorite color?
What do you think my favorite color is?
I think that you like kaleidoscope color, like not rainbow, just like that sort of shimmery, silvery kaleidoscope colors. That's not really a color, I guess.
Sanguine. It's the color. Do you think it's the? Do you know what that color is?
Sanguine? No, what's sanguine?
It's the color of blood.
Oh, right, yeah. I just wanted to come over because I just feel like we haven't talked much, and I thought that because I just feel like we got off to a bad start because you said I was your best friend, and then I sort of ignored you, I realized. But I didn't mean to do that. I've just been really in my head lately. And so I thought I would just come over and have a better impression with you, which I don't know how well that's gone now, but...
Do you hate me?
No, I don't hate you. It's just the blood thing is a little bit scary. If you like red, that's totally fine, but maybe just say it's the color of fire or
well, it's specifically
rubies.
like a darker red. It's hard to
Like
explain.
maroon?
I don't like it because of blood. I don't like blood. I just
Okay.
like the color of it. I like it.
Like
If I have
maroon or burgundy?
It's called sanguine.
Sanguine. Okay. Yeah, I guess. That's cool though. That was all.
I hear her saying sanguine, and I want to pop over and be like the color of my hair. You can go.
Do
off.
you think your color of your hair is that color?
Dark red? Yes.
Then yes, that is
can
the
say
color
that.
I was talking about.
Color of
yeah.
Sissy's hair, not blood.
Right. Okay. That works as well. Okay.
Doc, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. What's up?
I like your shoes.
I looked down at my shoes, which is like very basic, like flat Mary Jane style shoes. Thanks. I'm hoping to get outdoorsy shoes for fitness stuff later. Do you like sports?
Do I?
Do you?
Sometimes they're fun to watch. I would like to watch you do them because you're sporty.
Thanks. I try. I hopefully will be doing Quidditch. Anyway, that was, I just wanted to say hi again. I just feel like, ever since you were not doing so good in the book area, we didn't talk, and I just didn't want you to think that I don't like you or something, because I don't dislike you. I just,
Did you hate me because I want to be your best friend?
No, no. I just it was just like a lot at once, I think, and it just like scared me for a little bit. But I get it now because we've spent some more time together, and obviously you all are my friends, so of course like you're one of my best friends, obviously. And Bunny as well.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I just thought you were really cool, and then you never talked to me again, and that's okay because that always happens to me.
No, no, I'm sorry. No, we can talk now. We're cool now. Everything's fine now. It wasn't because of you. I was just being weird. It wasn't you at all. It was just me being weird because I just have weird brain stuff sometimes, so I just avoid people, and then I just assume that if I come over to them and talk to them normally, everything will be fine. But that's not really how people work, so, you know. Anyway.
Do you think we could still be friends?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I just said you're one of my best friends. Did you hear what I said?
Well, I just don't want you to say that if you think you have to, because I can't handle it, because you think I can't handle it if you say that you don't want to be, because I take rejection better than people think.
Oh, no, you are one of my best friends. Yeah, because I like us all as a team. I think it's cool. So I just wanted to tell you so that it's not awkward or whatever. Dot says, very aware of how awkward everything is.
Do you know how that makes me feel?
No?
It makes me very happy, and I'm so
cool.
glad.
Okay, alright. That's cool. Neat. Alright. Anyway, sorry for bothering you. I hope that you have a good meal. Bye, Sissy. I just wanted to come over. Anyway, and Dot does finger guns and then just like runs away.
Goodbye? Goodbye.
Are you okay?
What?
Are you okay? Are you taking it to heart what we said last night?
I'm trying. It's hard.
You don't have to do it all the time. Just with secrets.
Do I not have to do it all the time?
No, only with things that we should keep private between ourselves. But you don't have to ask a question and then do a sentence. You're fine. Your conversations and how you speak is perfect. Don't change.
Are you sure?
V. I put my hands on her shoulders, like quite positive.
So I can do question period, question period.
You can do exclamation points the entire time, and I'll be fine with that.
So just for serious things, question period.
Yes. So things that have occurred, maybe that are a little more serious. Yeah. Maybe question period that. But other than that, don't change who you are.
Did I do a bad job? I didn't know how to speak. I think Dot's so cool. I think she thinks I'm a freak now. I don't know. I'm so.
I don't think she thinks that at all. I think the Dot is very genuine with her friendship with you, and I'm sure that it took her quite a bit to be able to come up to you, because it has been quite a while.
Yeah, I've just been scared to say sentences, so I've just not been talking, but in my head there's a million sentences that I could be saying all the time, and I'm so glad that you say that I can say everything now, because I've been thinking so many things and I didn't know how to say the word because I was doing a question and a period. So then I was like, oh, it's color blood, because it is, but I'm not into blood. I don't drink it or eat it ever on my sandwiches. I didn't want it to seem like I'm bloody, you know. I don't do any of that, and I've been so hungry. I wanted a sweet roll. And where the heck is Ezra been? I miss, and then we have so many things.
I look back at Ezra and I'm like,
hi V. Hello.
V is she's sharing everything with us. We haven't heard her all day. I've missed her voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
How are you, Ezra?
I'm really good. I didn't do good in class today, but you did amazing. Why
didn't you do good?
I was a bit worried about our friends, and and then some stuff last night, and I met somebody, and it was a whole thing, and it's just kind of been on my mind all day. But
you met somebody.
Yeah, but I promised.
Who?
Okay, so I can't give the details because I promised certain things.
I would like to know more information about what you are speaking about.
You know, actually, I would too. I super agree.
Magnus is gonna slide
Ezra, what happened?
over.
I'm just looking at Magnus.
Ezra had a great run-in with James last night.
James Potter.
I didn't say it.
What?
You
In
did. I didn't
Ravenclaw?
say it. Nope, I didn't.
Ezra
say it.
didn't say it, so he has not broken his promises. But
Are you and James Potter best friends now?
I hope not.
Are you
I'm
in
gonna-
cahoots with James? Why would you promise him anything?
I will never. I will not say the name of the person I met. I will call them prankster. Oh,
It's definitely James.
Yeah, that's James.
From what I've heard from Shannon, yeah.
they seem nice, and they were wondering how we were doing, and prankster said don't use the toothpaste in the bathroom. Ravenclaw bathroom.
Toothpaste. I'm glad I
Did
had
you
my
use it?
James, Ceci, you know, I wouldn't use the toothpaste.
And then the prankster showed me a few things, but I can't talk about those things. But then they also showed me. I didn't promise this, so I could tell you. They also showed me a map, and on the map you can see where people were, and they whispered something, and then we saw ourselves and our footprints and our names on the map, and it was. Is that a common magic thing? Is that something that?
No.
Oh.
What did
Well,
he say?
I was just looking to see if the coast is clear, and you can see people on the map, and then they seemed to disappear and then left. That's all.
And how do you feel about that, Ezra?
I feel I'm happy to be around my friends and not in prankster bathroom.
I'm so happy to be around you right now.
Question mark period.
It's hard. I mean, is this hard?
You don't have to do that for everything. I heard Sissy telling you, and you don't have to do that for everything.
Now it's in my mind.
don't.
Is it in my mind? Now it's in my mind. Is it
If-
there? What it's
Can we replace
oh,
it from it being in your mind?
So I can speak
Exclamation
normal.
points only.
You can speak normal.
Okay, I've been wanting to say, Magnus, you're very cool, but also really scary.
Oh.
It's been on my mind, that's all.
Magnus, let V have this one. I kind of whisper.
Thank you.
Exclamation point.
V. What is going on with her?
It's a long story, but
we had a talk last night. We'll tell you later. She's fine.
we got
think.
we got to fix a few things. What we said, I think we missed it a little bit, but it's fine. It's progress.
And you continue
I want
to
a scary friend like you.
I am your friend, V. What is going
That is really good. Are we gonna eat, Mom?
Yeah, let's eat.
I'll go get you a sweet roll.
Thank you, Ezra.
Unsurprisingly, this does very little to help the situation as you continue on through the day, now having to contend with Violet's very brief sugar high as you make your way through the last two classes of the day. But sure enough, as the sun continues to make its arc through the sky and the shadows become longer across the floors of Hogwarts as it shines in through the windows, your final class of the day comes to an end, Charms with Professor Flitwick, and you find yourself once more in the entrance hall of Hogwarts. Shannon, no doubt, waiting for you on the 7th floor.
All right. Y'all ready to go upstairs?
Dot is slightly demoralized after having done charms because she's like just sworn off trying to do any magic. So she's just like, yep, yep.
Dot, are you okay?
Yeah, I just my head still hurts from infirmary stuff. So
Sissel, knowing that it shouldn't, she just kind of looks at her and is like, okay.
yeah. Let's go. And Dot like puts her arm in Magnus's because he's like the closest, and then also in Sissy's.
Agnes like leans down a little, so it's
Oh, that's so cute.
It has to be said that still feeling a little of the ache that you felt earlier, this position is actually strangely more comfortable for you, Magnus, as you walk further up the stairs, all of you moving off in the direction of the 7th floor. And eventually, you're searching around, moving up and up the various stairs until eventually you come to a long stone corridor, in which the only item you see is a large moving tapestry hanging on one of the walls, depicting a wizard trying to teach several trolls to dance ballet. And at the other end of the corridor, Where it turns a corner, you see a large cross-hatched window, and sitting on its ledge, reading a book, you see Shannon, his red hair illuminated in the autumnal sunlight that streams through. And seeing you all down the other end of the corridor, he just waves and puts his book in his bag and jumps off. Hey, folks, how are we doing?
I'm good.
Two of us. She looks at Dot and Magnus, like, had very eventful nights. So, today will be fun.
We just jinxed ourselves a little bit. We're okay now.
I heard, yeah, Sis told me. And, all joking aside, and I will probably joke about this, but at the same time, thanks for looking out for it. Really.
Oh, no, I meant we jinxed ourselves doing other things. Not even the first time I did it again.
Oh, man, so you had a rough night then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't make fun of me for it, please.
I won't.
Okay.
So, you want the room of requirement? And he turns to the blank stone wall in front of you. Here we are. Why are you all so interested?
Well, it's just really cool.
It's okay. Shannon knows. Of the visions that I saw during the sorting. I saw a wall.
And you think this is probably something to do with it?
Potentially. We're not sure.
Okay. Well, so I only really know about it because I spoke with James a while ago. It's where our parents, it's where they used to hide out when there was this government official, I think it was Umbridge, was in charge of the school. And basically, our parents would all get together with James's dad and help each other practice spells. And it's one of the only places in Hogwarts where you can actually hide from Filch. So I come here. Well, I'll show you. Ezra.
Yeah.
What? Think of something you want, like right now.
Anything?
Anything. Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
Ezra's mind is racing of all the things that I could possibly want right now. Things to help my friends, things to help the situation. But Ezra just can't stop thinking about the hot Cheetos that I never got to get on the train. And it's just like it reminds him of home. And he just so there's these things, they're like spicy chips or crisps. They're called hot Cheetos. It's a outside of magic thing. It's not a magic.
Oh yeah, those are the not microwave Cheetos. They're just like a different, like spicy twisties. Yeah, no, I really want those as well. Yeah, I think they're an American thing. I really want those too.
Oh, the fire chips.
They
don't
cause fire. They make your mouth feel warm. And it's, I know it's silly, but it just reminds me of home. And my mom and I would eat some together while we watch cartoons. And is that silly?
And as you have this conversation, V, you completely lost in everything that they're saying. See out of the corner of your eye, something slowly begin to emerge out of the stonework. A simple gold handle just forming out, and then around it, a simple wooden door just inset into the wall.
I walk over to it and immediately try to open it without saying a word to anybody else.
Very much queen behavior.
Opening it, you walk in and you see a small circle of chairs on the inside. 6 in total. They're very large, sort of, they're more like beanbags, but all around the room, you see various glass containers. There are no windows, but there are lights all around that just float in the air. And in these glass containers, you just see lots and lots of orange snacks. And you see that there is a gradient of different oranges around the room, and you see that each of these are labelled. And as you look around, you see that they appear to be labelled different flavours. You've never seen snacks like this before. It is quite overwhelming. And then as the rest of you are having this conversation, you hear a behind you, and turning, you see that Violet has just walked through a door that was not there before.
Or
Oh, it worked.
V, where'd you go?
I'm gonna run into the door.
Run in.
I'm scooting in. Me and Magnus bump shoulders.
I
You
am
are
not.
surrounded by flavors that you've seen before, and some that you didn't even think were possible. Probably not officially branded, but you see a great deal of hot Cheetos all around the room in different receptacles, and you can see that next to these glass containers there are small bowls that seem to that are seemingly there just for scooping.
Okay, this better not be a one-time thing, because this absolutely worked, Ezra, and if you've wasted it on basically spicy twisties, I'm gonna be so mad, but also it did work, so.
Ezra's just like in shock, but like immediately like I set my notebook down and okay, so I know I don't know a lot about magic, but these I know about. So if you all tell me what you like, I want you to try these chips that are like a part of my world.
Do you have any with citrus?
And Ezra's just sprinting around the room. This is like the most chipper you've seen Ezra this entire time.
You look around and you can see indeed there are ones that are flavored with citrus. There are lime, there are lemons as well. I'm assuming there are other citruses as well.
Isn't orange a citrus?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, orange as well. But you run around and you are just grabbing various bowls, carrying as many as you can and bringing them back to your friends. And as
You
the
guys
rest
have
of
water? You guys have water? I did something
V,
V.
you alright?
Me.
this room and I saw all these things, so I just had some of everything, and now my mouth is on fire. I don't know which one did it, but I don't like this. I need something to drink right now. I feel like there's magic in these, and there's something. They're fire.
There is a bloop, and you turn and you see that on the other side of the room there is a small water fountain made of stone that just a small arc of water just is perpetually streaming out of it, and next to it a couple of mugs.
V,
I
let's
don't even take the mug. I just immediately. It won't go away.
Bunny jumps into the basin as well and just wallows a little bit. Just
I kind of drop off the chips to all my friends and just run over to make sure V's okay. And
Ezra, why do you eat these?
you don't supposed to eat them all. You're just supposed to eat a few and then drink some water if
I
it's
only
too hot.
had a few. I had like 16.
Oh, V. Here, once you
You eat this for fun?
I eat this for fun.
And you think we're scary? You think the forest is scary, and you're choosing to put this in your mouth?
Once the magic is all out of your mouth, and air quotes magic, we'll find some flavors that you might like.
The spell last.
Drink some more water and it should go away quickly.
I would do anything for V.
Magnus is gonna push his bowl of Cheetos away, watching V.
Shannon walks around the room and just occasionally like picks some out of the glass containers, and turning around to you, Dot, and Ezra off in the distance, currently dealing with the Violet situation, just says, "Is it good? You eat these all the time?"
Me? No, I'm from Australia. We don't have them there. We just have normal Cheetos, so it's just like a cheesy snack. But what has this got to do with Sissy's visions? I don't understand. Is there, like, how is this supposed to be related?
What?
If the room changes every time, how is it?
I think I might have an answer to that from
Oh.
Slytherin's journals.
Oh,
So we just had Ezra think about Cheetos, and then this room showed up.
Right.
And in Slytherin's journals, it talked about how the people in Daedalus's house, this is their common room.
So
They
would
have to think of their common room. They don't have like a magic word or tickling a pear in a painting. So I think we just have to get Sissy to
think about it. I mean, because she's
think about it.
Because she's seen it. Has she seen the common room? And then Sissy, have you seen the common room? Do you know what it actually looks like?
No. The only thing that I know is how the door looks and what
Right.
it sounds like behind it.
I mean, that's still better than what we've got. So you probably could want to get into the common room and then imagine the door and the sounds behind it, and it would probably work, right? I mean, you seem to be like a creative sort of person, so I think you imagine. Wow, I can't believe you can read minds.
My only hesitation is the sounds behind it are not pleasant.
Well, maybe they're just like to keep people away, you know, like
They're
how Ravenclaw has.
screams.
But maybe that's an illusion to make people stay away, so you have to be brave enough to go through the screams, like how Ravenclaw has the riddle.
Or what if the screams aren't happening anymore?
I
Oh.
don't know.
What if you saw the past, Sissy, and something happened inside the common room and people were screaming?
Well, I hope it's still not here in the present then.
Sorry, just to clarify, you Slytherin's journal? Like Salazar, like Big Daddy Salazar Slytherin.
Did I say that?
Did you know they
no,
took
it's a
books?
project. It's a school project that we had. We had to write in the voice of the founders. So that's what that is. So Magnus had to write as if he was Salazar Slytherin, and that's what he meant by Slytherin's journal.
I mean,
Can I roll to
Carly,
convince?
you know what I'm going to ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. I don't know why I made like her number one trait deceitful when she has 0 convince skill. Is that a fail? It's a fail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my
He-
god! Okay, fine. Let me just mark that experience.
He looks at you and just suddenly his quite friendly manner just like hardens a little bit, and he looks around. What are you doing here? I'm, and I say this as non-judgmentally as I can, but also I'm also saying this as and he glances at you, Sissel. I'm also saying this as a brother as well.
I'm sorry, I lie sometimes when I'm nervous.
It's okay. It's fine.
I'll tell you the truth. 'Cause I don't think I really ever lied to you anyway. Just please keep it a secret until we're at least ready to tell anybody else. They're here because of me. And I told you, with the vision of the hat, I saw like a battle between 5 people. And you know the statue in right outside the Great Hall?
What, the one-eyed witch or the?
The architect.
Right. Okay.
So in this vision, there is a room behind it. We found the room, and inside of it was 5 bookshelves, one with each house color, and a 5th one that was empty. So we took each journal of the founders.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here.
Only one though. Like there was bookshelves like full of different ones, and we only took one from each shelf. And we can put them back.
I mean, as far as first years go, this is eventful.
Yeah.
Tell anyone.
was all an accident.
Look, I'm not in the habit of snitching. But, so long as you're careful, and if this is something you want to do, well, then I hope you don't mind a boring fifth year tagging along, at least for today. Just,
You're not boring at all. You're cool.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I try so hard, but thank you. So, what are we doing then? Are we going out and giving this a go, or?
Yes. I mean, if Sissy's okay with it, then yes.
As far.
Just so you know, Sissy, I think that you're really great, and I bet that what we're gonna find is a common. I'm also rolling to inspire others again. I bet we're gonna find a common room that's for a different house, and it's gonna be the house for like the most like creative, good-hearted people, and that's the house that you're supposed to be in. Like when you think about it, the fact that you had the hat store thing actually is incredible because it means that you're really special, and that's awesome. And I think that we're gonna imagine the common room, and it's gonna be totally fine. Like. Even though the vision was scary, and I'm now gonna roll to try and inspire them. Just don't mind me. I'm gonna do 2 because I have a +1 with her. Great, that's fantastic. That'll be another level up for me today. Fantastic.
Yep.
In the world of Dot.
Dot, I appreciate that, but I'm not too sure it's gonna be something positive.
Okay.
You appreciate it to the sum of -2 to either your body, your heart, or your mind. So, Dot, would you like to choose which of those?
Oh, I guess heart, because I think Dot probably delivered it really weakly, and like Sissy just isn't convinced, so it's a bit demoralizing.
So, as Shannon stands there and just pulls his satchel bag across his shoulders, okay, yeah, adventure time. Let's see where this leads.
Do we have to?
Ezra,
Are we
do you have
leaving
my
the
knife?
room? I have your knife.
I think we have to leave so that Sissy can then call upon her room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. One second. Ezra just sprints over and just grabs one Cheeto from each. And just... Okay. I just want to remember the flavor and okay.
You can come back
everyone...
here anytime.
I mean, you're bringing me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone. Also, if you've never had these before, make sure you wash your hands because they leave dust and it gets everywhere.
Don't have them.
What?
Right, we can go. I'm sorry, friend.
Dot scoots out of the room.
So as you turn round to the wall, you see that the door isn't there, but as you approach, it slowly begins to form again, and you step on out, and closing it behind you, it once again disappears, and the wall is stone once more.
Whenever you're ready, Sissy, we'll leave you alone so that no one's thoughts get in the way.
We should definitely stand back just in case someone thinks of like a toad room or something.
No, I'm thinking about a toad room now that you've said that.
Right, so let's go.
Okay, right. I'm trying to
It
get dragged
was
back
a bit of like a bit of a happy feeling. Right. She's imagining the iron wooden door.
Oh, music changed. Oh.
As you stand there, you watch as from out of the sun-drenched stone wall, a shape begins to tower above you, like something emerging from beneath the water's surface. A double door made of wood, iron hinges stretching out into twisting patterns across its surface. And you watch as Shannon steps back as it continues to form, and as all of your eyes move up its surface, you see a stone arch begin to form around the door's edge. And at its peak, a symbol comes into view. A shield. And sat upon it, an open-mouthed skull.
Cecil turns around and looks at everyone. I think this is it.
To go first, Sissy?
Yeah. She walks up. And is there a handle or like what is it?
There is a handle on the front. It looks almost like a knocker, but as you reach out to it, looks like all you need to do is push.
All right, I push.
Creaks open. And beyond, you see only darkness. And from behind you, you just hear Shannon whisper, Lumos. And a small orb of light emanates from the end of his wand. Okay, well, after all of you, I'll light the way.
All right.
Dot's gonna go after Sissy because she's gonna let Sissy
After Dot.
muster up.
So stepping in, and as light begins to fill the space, you get a sense of the room that you step into. It is a large octagonal space with no windows, and each wall is framed with large stone arches. To your right, you see a large and very cold mantelpiece in which sit the ashy remains of a long dead fireplace. And above this, you see a large oil painting in a dull golden frame. But if there was once a subject to this painting, they are no longer there. But beyond this, however, there is no furniture in the room. Cobwebs hang from a large brass chandelier above, and the floor is covered in an unbroken thick layer of dust. And as you all step in, your feet kicking up small motes of dust into the air, the door behind you disappears.
Oh my god, again! Why do they have this in the castle? Sorry everybody, sorry. I'm sure we'll be fine. It's just annoying.
Where are we?
Oh. Sorry, what was that, Sam?
I think we're in the 5th house.
Okay, so I wrote down in the journal about that symbol. That was the same symbol that was on the button that you pressed. It was like
Yeah.
the skull, and Sissy, do you, was this in your vision at all? Are we okay?
I have no idea. Anything beyond this, I have no idea of.
I mean, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe if the 5th house has a skull symbol and this is what the common room looks like, maybe it's a good thing that they got rid of it. No
Can I
offense, Sissy.
investigate?
Oh.
Could
Mika
I
to
investigate?
Yeah, you can,
See if
absolutely.
there's anything else in the room.
And anyone else who would like to do so may also.
I will also investigate.
Okay. So, sorry, yes?
Can I try to light the fireplace with incendio?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I get a plus roll with that too.
We're doing well with our investigates. So.
Okay, good. Just in case I blow
just
this
in
up
case
right
you-
now.
Yeah, please don't. I'll have found the fire extinguisher.
I did a magic.
Yeah, nice.
You did. Choose a bad thing that happens. It's either diminished, someone's alerted, or your wand is thrown and lands nearby.
I'll do diminished.
Okay. So there is a soft, as a small mote of flame just flies into the remains of the fire, and it takes a little while, but eventually a soft orangey glow fills the space. And as it does so, the rest of you looking around, you see that the space is bare, at least at first glance. Magnus, looking around, you find yourself looking around the walls and brushing down many of the cobwebs. And Sissel, as you're glancing around, your eyes move up to the chandelier above, and then down, and you see that on the floor, carved into its entire surface beneath the dusty film, there is a large map of what looks to be a labyrinth. And while the image at its center, once again an open-mouthed skull, is perfectly still, as you watch, the various passages of this labyrinth carved into the stone seem to shift beneath your feet. But Dot, as you are looking around the walls, you see that there are no doors. The arches are simply filled with stone. But one of the bricks, you see on one of the bricks the same symbol that you found next to the statue of Daedalus Dowerfellow in the entrance hall.
I'm gonna silently just put my hand up to it and take a big breath and then just press it.
As you do so, almost like the stones in Diagon Alley, you watch as next to the arch, or rather inside it, the stones begin to move back. Just sliding back from one another, dust cascading off them. And as they do so, revealing quite a large door, empty and hollow, you see steps. Steps that lead down. But unlike this room that is dark save for the fireplace and Shannon's spell, there is a soft, silvery glow coming from down below.
I'm gonna just start silently as like walking down there.
Okay. The rest of you, as you hear the archway give and provide an entrance, and you see Dot start to descend the stairs, what are the rest of you doing?
Shannon, look. And I show him the map labyrinth.
I would probably follow Dot.
All right. Everyone, let's maybe stick together. I don't like this. And Dot, as you make your way down the stairs, and it spirals down, the soft, silvery glow, though dull, gets ever so slightly brighter as you descend and descend and descend the stairs. Until eventually your feet reach the bottom, and Magnus, you are not far behind. It is a comparatively small space at the bottom of the stairs, with stone walls arching up above you, and on the opposite side of the room, you see a large, circular stone door, fixed into place and immovable. Around its edges, you see carvings of 3 individuals, each of them met by the same skeletal, hooded figure, and each of them holding a different item. One holds a wand, another a stone, and the third a cloak. And in the center of this large stone slab, mirroring that you saw at the house's entrance, you see a large, open-mouthed skull, and on its forehead a symbol Dot that you do not recognize. A vertical line, housed inside a circle, enclosed within a triangle. But stood in front of this door, on a simple stone podium, your eye is drawn to something else, the source of this strange, silvery, ethereal glow. It is simple and unassuming, stood on small golden legs. It is a small, perfectly formed, round glass orb, inside of which silvery mist appears to shift and swirl like fish swimming underwater.
Is Dot the closest one to the door and the object and stuff?
Yes.
She's just gonna reach out for the thing and pick it up.
You hold it. And as the rest of you come down the stairs and see Dot standing on tiptoes and picking up this thing, plucking it off its golden platform, you turn it over in your hands, Dot. And you see the mist just swirl ever so slightly underneath its surface. And as you turn round to face the others, you see that as it gets closer to them, you see faint shapes moving in the mist.
I squint a lot at the orb.
Okay. Make an investigate.
Ah, yeah, I got a +1 on that. Thank you.
That's okay.
Are you? All right. Anyway,
Building up that experience.
I literally have leveled up already this session, and it's just okay.
You glimpse into it, and the shapes, as you focus in on them, disappear immediately. But as you move forward, you notice that the closer you get to your friends, the more tangible the images inside seem to become.
Dot, what are you holding?
It's just an orb thing. I'm gonna turn around and sort of like go up to her to be able to show her.
As you do so, the images become clearer.
I think it's like a detector or something. And I just start like sort of swinging it between, like I put it like pretty close up to like Sissy's like chest to try and like squint at it while getting really close to her.
As you move closer, and it moves closer to her, you start to hear, all of you, a strange whispering in the air. And then through the smoke beneath the glass, you start to see towering, twisted trees, a thick forest, and a large clearing. And in its center, you see a figure. She has long equine features and wild brown hair, and you see that from the waist down, rather than legs, she instead has the torso of a black horse. And as she stands there, you see that in front of her, 4 shadowy figures stand in silence. And as you all crowd in, at first it is hard to make them out, but then you see it. Atop the head of one of them, a battered, pointed headpiece. The sorting hat. And as you watch, the centaur in front of them begins to speak, her voice echoing throughout this space you find yourselves in. The 5th house is laid low by your efforts. Its memory shall be lost in the mists of time, hidden from the outside world, living on only in you founders 4. You shall carry your guilt with you, and you shall never forget what happened here beneath your school. But this house shall stand empty, a quiet tomb, and none shall be able to open its doors. None, save a student of the house. One who has walked in both worlds. A child of death. And upon these words, Sissel, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And you look and you see Shannon looking into the orb, instinctively squeezing. For mark my words, if such a thing should come to pass, if the doors should open, history will repeat itself. And when the moon rises on the 7th night of the 5th month, in the 20th year of the 3rd millennium, death will come to Hogwarts. 3 in 1, and 1 in 3. The stone will roll aside, and the depths of the 5th house will be opened once more. And his bonds will be broken. The true master of death. And with that, the mists seem to overtake the images within, and all is silent.
So centaurs are real?
That's what you're taking away from this stuff.
I'm starting with that. Okay, there's a lot to unpack there.
Die.
We're not going to die.
It's okay. As long as we're together, we can figure this out.
We're children of dying or something.
No, he
No,
said
no.
that the house could only be opened by a child of death.
He was kind of being rude, I feel.
I think
I'm
Talking about me.
yeah. You're not gonna die, Sissy. Don't worry.
Sissy, you're never gonna die if you're with us.
okay, everyone. I'm playing the older brother card now. I think we should leave.
Okay, I'm gonna try and
yes.
slip the
Yes.
orb
I miss the
into
Cheeto
my
room.
robe.
Okay, make a quick and quiet check.
Yeah, alright. If I
Oh.
fail this one, I'm gonna lose my entire mind. Yes, 10. Alright.
Without being seen, you slip this strange white orb into your pocket.
Perfect. I'm fine with us going. That's fine.
Ezra is just jotting down anything they could remember off of what was just said in their
What's
notebook.
the date right now?
The date in the real world right now is a week off of that thing that which I did not notice, Ed.
So at the moment, it is currently late October.
Phew.
Uh-oh. I agree. I think we should go. Quickly. V, everything's okay, and no one's gonna hurt us. If it gets scary,
If we die, we die. You know, that's
No,
what I
if it-
say.
if we're in trouble, I'll give you back your knife. It'll be okay.
How do we get out of here?
Dot's just gonna be looking warily at Sissy. She's not gonna say anything, but she's just like looking at
Yeah,
Sissy
same.
all the time. Yeah. Yeah, everyone just
Shan-
stare at Sissy. It's great.
Feeling all of their eyes on me, I just like look at the ground because I don't want to make eye contact with anyone.
Ooh.
You feel a hand wrap around yours, Sissel, and Shannon, with his wand still shining, just looks at all of you. Okay, everyone, let's go back up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
And with that, he starts to lead Sissel up the stairs and back into the empty common room. And as he moves, and as Sissel moves towards the wall through which you entered, there is another. And the doors appear once more. And Shannon pushes on them, and sunlight streams through once more as he steps out with you, Sissel. What are the rest of you doing?
Dot is just looking very innocent and just ready to leave whenever Magnus leaves. Dot doesn't have a single thought in the world.
Ezra is just making sure V is with the group and not getting sidetracked, and Bunny's okay, and we're just trying to get out of here.
Magnus is deep in thought, following behind.
The doors close behind you, and you're once again in the sun-drenched corridor in the middle of Hogwarts. And Shannon just flicks his wand and the light goes out, and he turns around at all of you. Okay, everyone.
We're not in trouble, are we? Like, are you, like... Because I really want to do Quidditch stuff, and
Sissel, how are you doing?
I don't. How am I supposed to feel? I don't know what's going on. I asked you yesterday what's the matter with me. Obviously something.
Do you think it has, And he pulls you aside a moment, trying to keep out of earshot of the rest of the group, but he just kneels in front of you. Do you think it has anything to do with?
I mean, unless I was born this way, then probably.
Okay.
can I have... Did we hear that? Or can Dot have eavesdropped it?
Yeah, make a notice something.
Okay.
Check.
Do I get a +1 because it's Sissy or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I get a +1 too. So I got a
Okay.
10.
Dot just will eavesdrop at every possible opportunity. Okay, so I heard what was said.
You both overhear this conversation as Shannon just nods and stands. And turning around to all of you, he just says, "Okay, I'm gonna be the serious older student for a moment, but I need you all to promise me that you're not gonna go back in that room."
Dot waits an appropriate amount of time for it to be believable, and then just like makes eye contact and is like, "I promise, I'm not going to go back in the room."
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know.
Okay. I made a promise to somebody to not talk about certain things, but I feel like this trumps the promise at the moment. So I ran into James, and James had a cloak that looked very similar to the one that we saw down there, and James made me promise not to tell, but at the same time, James seemed very concerned for Magnus, and if something bad is happening, I think James would understand if I talked about it.
Okay. Well, I can have a word with James, and
You're not going to tell him about this room, right?
Do you not want me to?
I don't want you to.
I think that the more people know about it, they're going to be curious like us, and they're probably going to go in and find it and see creepy stuff. So.
More people that know about it are probably more people I'm going to hurt.
No. You're not gonna. You've never hurt anybody, sissy. It's not. That's fine. Maybe it's a weird prophecy thing, but you haven't done anything wrong.
So I literally knocked your head earlier.
Well, that was an accident. Magnus,
You think I'm doing this on purpose?
No, I just mean that like people get hurt by accident sometimes. I hurt myself by accident, and it just happens. Like,
Sissy, you didn't hurt me when I got your legs stuck together. You were very forgiving. Like, you wouldn't hurt anybody. Who cares what the orb and the horse girl said? We're friends, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, they don't know you. They like if you're the child of death, it's like whatever. You're sissy. That's the most important thing. Like that's more important than any weird prophecy thing. We actually know you. They don't. That weird horse lady doesn't even know you.
Y'all only know very little of me.
We're still better than that horse lady in a forest with a bunch of creeps.
Shannon, I think it would be best if no one knows about this outside of this group, outside of us six. If you promise that you won't tell Ian or James or anyone else, we won't come back here. And I'd like to use my instant success on convince rolls.
I didn't have to convince him when I lied to his face, though. So unless Ed's about to make me do that.
Another point is that Magnus has his fingers crossed behind his back.
Dot just lied. You cross your fingers and everything, all right?
Shannon looks at you and just, okay. But only because I trust you, and more than that, because I know you'll look after Sis. Okay. In that case, Dot, let me know when you want to do Quidditch, and we'll do a group thing. But okay.
Thanks for coming today.
I'm glad I was here. Okay, I'll go. Cecil, you gonna be okay?
She mouths, I'll be fine, so I'm guessing Sam's saying she'll be fine. Yeah, me and Sissy are gonna get dessert together at the Great Hall, aren't we, Sissy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, look after each other. And with that, he just gives a nod and heads off down the corridor, leaving the five of you alone. Opposite the still moving and dancing trolls and the wizard at their feet who's desperately trying to avoid their very clumsy steps, but you are left alone.
So, do you want to get the sticky toffee or do you want to get the ice cream, Sissy?
So I'm not hungry.
Well,
I don't want any of that.
Well, I think maybe if you go to the Great Hall, you'll feel better because it'll take your mind away from the creepy old room and you'll remember the nice, lively dining room.
Don't phrase it like that. It's a Sissy, what do you want to do?
I think it's best if I be alone right now.
But we could be alone with you. We're your friends, and or how about you are alone, but we're one room over in case you need us.
Sure, if that makes you feel better.
Made me feel worse. That made me feel worse. Oh no.
Dot
right.
finds herself like shifting closer to Magnus a little bit because she's just feeling very alienated and has no idea what to do. So she's just like shuffling closer to Magnus a bit.
Help you figure this out.
I don't know what there's to figure out. You heard what it said.
Oh,
And at this point, I feel like if I don't leave Hogwarts, things will happen.
maybe it's not a bad thing that's gonna happen.
Dot, did you not hear what it said?
It said that someone would rise again or something. Was it a bad rise again?
Or
Said
did
if
it sound
such things
good?
should come to pass, history will repeat itself when the moon rises on the 7th night of the 5th month of the 20th year of the 3rd millennium. Death will come to Hogwarts. 3 and 1, 1 and 3. The stone will roll aside in the depths of the house. Bonds will be broken for the true master of death.
See, this is why I always copy your homework, because you're really good at remembering things.
Sissy, whatever it is, you don't have to face it alone though. I think leaving, I don't know, you're my friend and we're all friends, and I'm worried that if you leave, then we can't help you.
We could ask a teacher.
Also, we've got, 7 months before this 5th month of the 20th year. And maybe it's just me, but if they're going to go to that length to conceal something that happened here, I think it'd be worse if you left and we just swept it under the rug.
Did you mean your promise when you told my brother you're not going to go back in there?
I was crossing my fingers behind my back.
Magnus.
I'm only going to go if you are going to go as well. Not just because I'm your friend, but also because I don't think any of us can call upon the room. I think you're the only one that can. No one else can go back in there unless you go. Yes, I promise. Look, no crossed fingers. I'm not gonna take my shoes off, but I promise my toes aren't crossed either.
She's thinking it over about how much she wants to trust Magnus. Because you lied to my best friend, how dare you?
Stay silent in Dot.
I understand that I just lied to your brother, but you have to understand that brothers aren't really worth any salt to me.
Ah! Why did you say that? That's worse.
She's a little offended. How dare you?
Agnes.
Magnus should have known. Shut up.
Magnus, please.
I think Dot would kind of
And
like
another
pinch.
thing.
Like, Dot like pinches Magnus's like thigh or hip or something, like whatever's closest. Is like a.
Stop. Well, we won't. We'll make a pact. How about that? We'll make a pact as our friends. We won't go unless all of us, for some reason, want to go. Trying to appease Magnus here.
Do y'all want to go?
I
Again?
I mean, I
Not-
don't want to make a pact like that. What if something happens where one of us needs to go, or two of us need to go, or three of us need to go, and the rest don't happen to be there? I don't think we need to do a pact. That's silly.
Why do you want
I
to go
think it
without
all comes
us?
down to Sissy, if I'm being honest with all of you. If Sissy gives
Should we all
permission-
just go again?
No, we'll just do
no.
whatever
Right
Sissy wants
now?
to do.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
We should just not think about the room. We should just forget about it just for a little bit. And
We can go back to Cheeto room.
Yeah, we could.
yeah, we can go into any room in there. But for now, we should probably just let Sissy do what Sissy wants to do to unwind. And if we are nosy Nellies, we still have our journals and we have that other library room. We're okay to go in there, right, Sissy? The library? Where Peeves is. So.
Okay,
However,
then
I would actually like to go grab the journals and that we have Ezra.
yeah.
Something up with that instead of having to go into the room.
Let's go get our journals and then we can not. How about we don't talk about the room for at least a day and we can just relax and we can look at our journals and we can go from there.
Okay.
And I'll bring us snacks.
We've got time.
Mm-hmm. Got all the time in the world.
Not
That is so
exactly, but
Oh no. Well,
all right. Yeah, let's.
I'm gonna go to dinner because I'm hungry. So.
I'm hungry. I want to eat. Can we? No
Mhm,
more
we
death
can go.
room.
We can go. We can go to dinner. Does anybody else want to go to dinner?
Ooh,
So-
that's this evening.
Sissy,
That's okay, Sissy.
if you want to go get the journals, I'll come with you and I grab some Cheetos from the room and I have them some. I don't need dinner tonight, and then we can go and look at them and we can just relax and try to forget about what happened.
Dot's gonna take I almost called you Bunny, V's hand. And we're gonna go to the Great Hall. Dot feels very awkward about this whole thing and is very like, I don't get it. We've left the death room now. Why can't we just go to dinner and everything's normal now?
So as you all walk away down the corridor, either to fetch the books or to go down to dinner, you turn the corner, leaving the corridor behind empty, the sun slowly setting outside. And from the cracks of the stone, a small mote of dust just flies off and forms the shape of a skull before disappearing into nothingness.
Okay.
And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Alright, that's a great note to end
Alright.
on. That's good.
Cool.
Feeling fine.
First year's fun! Chris Columbus!
okay.
Wah!
It's totally
Poor
fine.
Sissy. It's like emotionally like tiring having to see Sam look so tired.
know.
And sad, and for me to be like,
Method acting.
hey
being-
buddy, do you
No, but the best
Hey.
part was when Sissy was like, if that'll make you feel better. And then Ditun was like, I feel worse. I don't know if you guys caught it, but Sam did the smoothest wink like under her lashes.
That's so
I feel worse.
Good, that was what she was going for.
Oh my goodness, that was a really good session though. I love how that we had like the first half was like all fun, and then the ending is just,
Emotional
like
roller
death
coaster.
yeah.
Not really. The first half for Ravenclaw was
Sad.
emotional.
Oh yeah.
We're all like
Right.
crying
Sad.
and y'all are beating each other up.
That's true.
Oh.
Slytherin's is about fun and physical violence, and y'all are just like emotions. and-
Emotional turmoil.
I can't move on from how Dot was like, you know what? I had a bad first impression with V, but I'm pretty sure she's all right. I'm gonna go talk to her, and immediately V's like, I like blood. Oh my goodness. But that was so good. Thank you all for a wonderful session, and thank you, chat, for your support. You're absolute angels, and thank you for the wacky hype train at the start. It's beautiful, and Ravenclaw's winning, but whatever, that's fine. I don't even care.